One, two, thank you. Proper modulation. Proper modulation. Proper modulation. Green. Type. Fifth tube. Green tube. Proper modulation. Proper modulation. Proper modulation. Proper modulation. Testing, testing. One, two, testing, testing. One, two, proper modulation. Proper modulation. As you will know, proper modulation is required. It is required. As you will know, proper modulation is required. It is required. Proper modulation.
I will become master of the universe. I will become master of the universe. I will become master of the universe.
My extremities pulsating with tingling sensation.
I will become master of the universe.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to another episode, another live stream from The Big Picture. And today, we're going to be talking about this series here is about daily diets. You know that I have myself, Mr. Bennett, and Jay Speed up here. We have three different people from three different generations with three different approaches for the most part. But yes, last time we were here, I had Mr. Bennett up, and we talked about his daily routine, his daily diet. Before that, that was me, and I told you about the body transformation series that I'm doing, and that I've started already, and episodes about that are coming soon. So I just have to finish the editing process. So today we have none other than Jay Speed. We're going to talk about his daily or weekly routine, his approach to diet and nutrition. And as we know that his approach is much more of a natural, holistic approach to diet and nutrition. And he has his setup there. And it looks like he's almost ready. So this is going to be exciting. We have a lot to learn from him. He has a wealth of knowledge and experience behind his back. And I'm actually pretty excited to get this started. Oh, look at that. That's him, believe it or not. You're muted, sir.
Freeze there because it goes so fast, then we're going to have to freeze it.
Oh, okay. It goes so fast you have to freeze.
Yeah, the left and right goes so fast you have to freeze. Hey, how you doing, sir?
All right, how you doing, J Speed?
I'm under 500,000 pounds of pressure.
I heard that.
I have never did a video or been on somebody's show or even my show been under this much pressure, but one thing you have found out about me is my word is my bond. And young man, I can tell for some reason or another, just looking at your face, you're not getting enough sleep. I have never seen things under your eyes like that. So whatever's been going on in the last week and a half, you're not getting enough sleep. And that's one of the things I really want to start this off. I had everything planned that I wanted to do, but I have found out when you're really speaking to someone from the heart, from experience, it's not even best to have anything written down because you don't want to sound like an infomercial. You just want to speak to a person's mind and heart. I'm really 64, but I say 65 due to the Africa thing. When you have it in the womb, you're in the womb, you count that as a year of development. So I always say I'm 65, but I'm really 64. By y'all time, I'm 65 by my time. So and I don't think I look bad.
So you actually count the time that you're in the womb.
Yes, when you're in the belly.
That actually makes sense because you are actually alive in the womb.
Right. Okay.
You know what I'm saying? You are. It makes sense.
people always ask me, well, why you always go up a year? And I'm like, well, I'm really not going up a year. This is the way we used to calculate our time. Because as the baby is developed, that is life. About a year ago, I started getting bags under my eyes real bad. And they're slowly disappearing because one of the reasons I'm taking myself from stress a lot. I know this is supposed to be more than anything is health. You can't define health just in food. I found out two things this week. So I'm going to break it down into the three structures that my approach in life has been. And my approach in life has been spiritual, mental, and physical. In that order. Because I believe all of us are gods on this planet. Not the God, but God breathing and manufactured of his will. And I'm more into spirituality than I am in a religion, but everybody knows that the faith I choose is Islam. I was born into Christianity. Matter of fact, I was born into a church, and so that is my foundation. But my will is to submit my will to Allah. God is a title, so we give it a name as this Jehovah's Witness give him a name, and as other spirituality give him a name. So God is a title. And sometimes you Christians get a little twisted when you say a name. And believe it or not, if you dig deeply into Christianity, they have a name in there too. One of the things I found out this week is sometimes you think you know something. And then a hiccup comes in the road and you find out that the only thing you really know is you can do whatever you put your mind to. That's all you do know. Because all the other information that you have gathered has been impressed in you by some book, some movie, someone else's authority, a lot of other things. So the only thing you can know is when you go deep into yourself, you can do whatever you put your mind to. The second thing I found out this week is I give too much of my time to others to make sure they are right and neglect myself. And that's not a good thing. It's not. Sometimes you do things from your heart, and sometimes you do things to hide things. So, these are the two lessons I learned this week. And I'm no longer going to put myself under that kind of pressure. This show right now is a lot of pressure. 2 minutes before the show, I had to make sure 18 people ate lunch. And it wasn't there. And I was under a lot of pressure. And what I don't want to do is put myself under so much pressure for others that I neglect myself. So, rules of life is learning as you go. Most important. Because as long as you live, you won't even understand 1% of what life is all about. You'll learn enough just to get into life. But you won't understand a even percent. Because generations after you will disclaim a lot of things you thought was true. And the only thing you can do in your lifetime is fit the journey that you was put on. A lot of time we do things in life because of we're attracted to it one way or the other till we find out what our real true journey is. And then we on the road of success from that point on. But we usually do things in our younger part of life that we are totally attracted to, or what makes us feel good. One thing I can tell you about your journey, it ain't gonna feel good, because you're gonna have to give up a lot of bad habits. Drinking, smoking, idle time that you can't get back, friends. And these are the things that keep you from developing in the person you can be. And you must understand that. And so, let's get to the author of Diet on this planet for human beings, and that'll be your creator. Not the person in the kitchen, not McDonald's, not Burger King, not Church's Chicken, not Pizza Hut. The design of your diet, excuse me, let me take this out for a minute so I won't have no disturbance. It's the thing that created you. He put everything here for you, from the sun to the water to intelligence in you to be able to appreciate it. And we don't appreciate what's in front of us. We appreciate what people put in front of us. We get our value of ourselves by what people put in front of us. First, versus what's in here for us. A lot of people live their life, and by the time they figure out what their life is, the important things in their life, they're so sick they can't even enjoy life anymore, and they can't even enjoy the things that they have just found out, because they have abused their bodies, abused their minds, and their time. And 9 o'clock is ticking down versus up. So I say all that to say this. This is the mental part of who you are. You go be the one that have to find out the spiritual part of yourself. There's nothing I can say that could lead you to it. Nothing. That's your discovery. And whatever impress you in the direction that you find it, you go out to embrace it. And I'm going to tell you, it's going to be difficult. Because that's another part of the spirituality, is you cleaning yourself of your body and mental thoughts and letting your spiritual lead you. So that's your journey. My journey now is to lead you into the things that I discovered in the small time I've been on this earth. And that's the value of nutrition. That's the value of a clean food. And that's the value of clean life. Junk in, junk out. And so I discovered this about 40 years being on my journey, that there were people like Dick Gregory, Dr. Sebi, Dr. Goss, who had lived their life and discovered their journey and was willing to give their information out. And so many of us took them for granted. We talked about them, we joked about them, but we was not able to duplicate anything they could do at their age. They was able to duplicate more of their age, and they was 20 and 30 years older than you. And you was suffering physically because your authority have led you to go against everything of the natural order of things. That's what man do. That's what evolution do. Most of evolution itself is junk. It pulls you away from the universe, and it pulls you away from nature, and put you in a false prison where it becomes the control of you, and you accept it because there's rewards or fictitious rewards that they make you believe that is a reward. You spend a lifetime chasing money with a dirty mind. And when you get it, and that's the magnificence of the Creator, He'll give you everything you want and everything you wish, just to show you what He's already given you. You took it for granted, and everything you get, only thing He's going to do is make you a failure. That's man's way of thinking. And you say, well, JSP, why all of this? I thought we was tuning in so I can learn how to eat. And well, so I can learn the things I need to do. Well, I'm sorry, people. You learned how to eat when you was a baby. They could have put you on your mama's stomach and you could crawl to her breast and start sucking the nutrition out of her body that you need. You already knew that, but you've been retrained. Some self-retraining, and most of it has been by people who only knew what they knew and gave you that information. And you accepted it because you couldn't, because you was a child, and they learned it as a child, and then you just kept this stuff going on. And I'm speaking of what you call soul food. It really was survival food. And once you start to inquire the taste, it's hard to get away from. But most of that stuff, without the spices they put it in, and you would probably throw up just smelling it. Now you are able to eat it. With all the other mental garbage that's coming in your head, and it's going along to set you up physically. And by the time you're 55, 60 years old, you about 3 butter biscuits from there. So I can get up here and tell you that it wasn't a struggle for me, and it's still not a struggle for me. I'll be lying to you. It's a struggle every day. But all the things that's hitting you at 120 miles per hour, visual, sound effects, smell, and all the other toxic relationships that we gather ourselves in. It's hard to see what's real. So What do? You understand where you at. And when you understand that, you're ready for the process. And the first thing of the process is to clean yourself. Mentally, spiritually, and physically. Not in that order. Okay, thank you. You're going to hear a little stuff in the background because I am running a business as I'm speaking. Okay. I don't need any of that, but I will put it in the description. Just let me have this for a minute, Francine. All right. And I'll find that and I'll put it in a picture in the subscription, okay? Thank you very much. So it's time to clean. Your spiritual, you got to figure it out for yourself. No ifs, ands, and buts about it. Your physical, I can help you with. First thing you want to do is clean the liver, the spleen, the large, and the small intestine. Because that's where you did all your damage at. All your damage.
So the liver, the spleen, and the small intestine. You want to cure the pretty much the entrails.
Most certainly.
Okay, so your process starts with from the inside out.
That's where it starts at.
Yeah, gotcha.
And that's where you go to clean it.
Okay.
So when you do them things, the liver, it's the part of you that purifies your blood. It's pretty much the filter. The large and small intestine is the machine. That's the machine that breaks up your food and does what it's supposed to do. But you have made it hard for it to do its job. You ever cooked on a grill and after about a year it has so much build up it won't even make the grill marks no more? So much caked on stuff.
No, I was cleaning the grill.
Yeah, but what you cleaning off of it, sir?
Oh, I know what you're talking about. I've seen some people's grills like that.
That was not my question.
Mm-hmm.
What you cleaning off of it?
Oh, spices from that you season the meat with. You're also cleaning off old meat that got seared onto the grill.
And carbon.
Yeah.
And so the same thing you cleaning off the grill, you putting in your stomach.
Okay. Well, I don't know if I can give up grilled meat altogether.
No, I didn't say that.
Mm-hmm.
I said you putting it in your stomach.
Okay.
And if you can clean off your grill, you should be able to clean off your stomach. That's the point I'm trying to drive in.
Okay.
So how many people have cleaned out their stomach? Now I ain't talking about a laxative. A laxative just make you have a bowel movement. That's
okay.
Like your car is real dirty and you just shoot water on it and you never wash it.
You don't use soap and a rag and all.
Right, you don't do any of that.
So basically all you did was let it rain on your car.
There you go.
Yeah.
So most people think I take a laxative and I'm okay. You're not. You need to clean. And the best cleanser I know is CKLS.
CKLS. Now, where can people find CKLS?
You just put it in Google and it will find you.
Or you can go to Amazon.
Amazon, Dr. Goss.
Yeah, you can type
who
in
produces
CKLS.
it. You can go straight to the manufacturer. I would always tell you to go straight to the manufacturer because, believe it or not, it's much cheaper than some of the ones on Amazon.
Yeah,
a lot cheaper than.
Because on Amazon you can find a bottle for $30.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
And I think he sells it like 26, 27, something like that.
Yeah.
But maybe on Amazon you are saving because you can get free delivery. You understand what
Yeah,
I'm saying?
yeah, and it depends how many capsules you want too. There's
Right,
one of them that's 100 capsules. That's $30.
right,
There's another one that's like extra large for $34. Then they sell them in packages. Like you get 2 bottles for $47.
right.
So yeah, I mean, yeah, it just varies on what how much you want to spend. Just I recommend people because I've tried the CKLS. Okay, I hadn't told anybody, but I did try it. JSP, I
Yeah,
did the 5 on the first day, the 4 on the second day, 3 on the third day, 2 on the second day, and 1. I did the whole thing, the whole 5-day
right,
thing you did. Okay,
right.
and
And you felt good, didn't you?
I wanted to call and curse you out.
I know you did because you
But the
that
first
stuff that
day,
came out of your
the,
body.
the first day, I wanted to call and curse you out.
I know because you was hard headed. And you didn't drink enough H2O.
I did. I drank nothing but water. I drank a lot of water that day.
Well, you can't hold me responsible for what came out of your body,
Why
the
not?
way it smelled,
Why not? It's your fault.
because you were the one who put it in your body.
I didn't know.
Well, see, don't hold me responsible. You didn't know. You should be congratulating me for making sure it's out of your body now. That's what you should be doing.
I wanted
And
to
so
call and yell at you. But
I know you probably wanted to. I wanted to yell at myself the
Well,
first
hey,
time I
I
took
felt good. I
CKLS.
gotta admit, I did feel good afterwards, though. After that,
Yeah,
after like day 1, in the middle of the second day, I was like, I feel good. You do.
yeah. And not only that, it started to release the parasites in your body. See, nobody talks about the parasites. Nobody talks about the worms you have in your body. A lot of us have worms in. Well, we all have parasites, but a lot of us have worms in our body, and you won't discover that until you do a cleansing. Now, after you do the cleansing, you want to ease back into eating solid food. See, with me, when I'm doing a cleanse, I don't eat anything but liquid food. But when other people ask me, I was like, I'm just trying to get you to cleanse. And so I tell you, go ahead and eat. But by the next time you ask me, you're like, well, I'm getting ready to do a cleansing. And then I said, well, okay, let's do it properly. And let's cleanse with nothing but liquid food. It's because at this time, you're putting your body in a idle versus making your body hard, work heavy to digest the food that you just ingested. When it's solid, your body has to work more to break it down. When it's liquid, like when you're a baby, you seen fat babies who did nothing but drink breast milk. They wasn't eating no 2-piece fried chicken dinner with some potato salad and with some hot water cornbread or something. They was drinking breast milk, and they were just as fat as they can be. So, again, the most important thing of getting yourself to who you are, and what you represent is start with a clean slate. That's what I discovered. And many people who I've talked to in the last 40-something years, me not having a cold almost close to 40-something years, 39 years, I haven't had a sniffer or anything. He didn't know that.
Really, really.
He didn't.
Yeah, that's my baby sister. Everybody.
And not only was it just full of it, he was full of bad shit. And I don't know how you can get bad and shit in the same sentence. Shit is bad enough.
Right.
So, again, this is the most important thing, because from this, it starts to channel into everything that you did before and now. And it start prepare you with like, just think about anything in life that you have had challenges in, and you get a clean slate. For you prisoners, you get off probation, you on a clean slate. You get out of jail, you had a clean slate. You've been doing some crazy stuff in your life, like smoking, drinking. When you quit, you on a clean slate. So this is your second chance, which you get many more chances, because this is the miracle of this body that you have, that you can abuse so much and is willing to give you a new start every time until your ass slip in the grave. Then it's over then. Party's over. No more marching bands. Somebody's preaching over you at this point. If you was good enough to have somebody preaching over you. Some of you just throw your ass in the ground and let it be done. You're not worthy of a service. But the one you are worthy of the service, well, you must live some kind of decent life. So, now where we go from there? You start to do your research, people. I can sit up here and give you listen, which when this video over, we'll be putting a lot of stuff in the description where you can go straight to the sources and everything that I'm telling you. Then you can do further research on it yourself. You start to figure out what type are you really eating food. Everything they sell in the grocery store ain't food. And a lot of it is hybrid food. That means it was spliced and diced and made in a laboratory. And don't think you're just dealing with some genius today. Hell, this has been going on so long, ever since man been here. He's been able to take things and shape it in the form that he wanted to be shaped in. You'll never go anywhere and find a wild cow or a wild chicken unless you don't get out the farm and somebody hasn't been lucky enough to catch his ass and eat it. These things don't exist in the wild because they're hybrid. They're crossbreeds. They're put together for a food source, and that's what you eat. Now, if I'm going to tell you to stop eating, hell no, because it ain't going to do no good anyway. But what I am going to tell you, it's not the best of food to eat. All meats are acids. You're like, well, I'm going to get the protein. I got a website shows you that vegetables go head and head with meat as far as protein.
No, it doesn't.
I know you going to say that.
Which vegetables?
I know you going to say that.
Yeah, you knew I was going to say that. I got
Most certain.
Yeah, I mean, wait. Here's the thing.
Because the first thing I put up, and you say, "Well, I knew that."
Here's the thing. I give you this.
Beans.
There are vegetables.
Lentil beans.
Lentils.
When I'm talking about pinto beans.
Yeah, I know. I just cooked lentils last night and
Right.
meal prepped them for a whole week. So I know
Right.
lentils are very high in protein.
Most certainly.
Right, because you can get in 1 cup of cooked lentils, you can get the same amount of protein as you would in a protein shake. About 20,
Right.
somewhere between 24 and 25 grams of protein in it. The same as in 1 serving of a protein shake.
Well, why
And
you act like?
I'll say this now, but beef is more of it in there. But you can't
Okay.
you can't eat beef like red meat. You can't eat it well done. You can't eat it well because you cook out all the nutrients. Then it's pointless to eat.
Again, anything that God made, you can overcook, and it still contains the value. Anything man-made, you cook, overcook, it's not going to retain its value because it started off handicapped in the first place. And that's our absolute. That's why they can go and find natural stuff that's thousands of years old. Just a smidgen of it. And it has everything of its design right there. You know. And that's just the truth. So, there are beans, there's nuts, there's vegetables, all these different things that you can eat, and it could give you a level of protein that you need for life. Because a lot of us eat just to eat. I only eat to live. And that's a nice book. You can Google this, How to Eat to Live.
We have a question
by Elijah Muhammad.
We have Elijah Muhammad. Now we have a question here from Shushu. This is my younger sister. She says, J Speed, do you follow Dr. Sebi's diet?
I followed his diet, and I follow like there's things that Dr. Sebi is. You got to understand, Dr. Sebi was just not a genius. He was arrogant, and most geniuses are. And Dr. Sebi got to the point is my way or the highway. And when you spend so much time in designing something, you will always feel that way. So that don't mean it's complete. It just means that he completed his journey. But Dick Gregory did it years before he did it. Dick Gregory took some people that was just so overweight that they were like 2 days from dying. So yes, Dr. Sebi has a magnificent way of eating. And anyone who follow it, you're not going to fall short. But Dr. Gauss, Dr. Africa, as well, had a good diet too. Now, Dr. Africa, get some sleep, just like I told you, son. Dr. Africa and Dr. Gauss, but Dr. Gauss is the one that makes the CKLS. He makes the best cleanser on the market. And once you get it, you can keep it for almost 3 years. You never have to purchase it again. One bottle. Because you're only doing that every season change. That's when you should cleanse. Because you should prepare your body for the next season of food. You shouldn't be eating out of season food in the first place. Let me just get back. Vegetables are your friend. Should always be 75% of your diet. Always. 75% for you meat eaters. And for you vegetarian, and you know it's going to be 100%. Now all this and that and these different levels of vegetarian. Look, it's only you going to eat vegetables or you're not. All that other stuff is bullshit.
Is it?
Yeah.
Right.
You know, you go have, I'm a vegan. What is that? You already don't cover that when you say you was a vegetarian.
Yeah, but vegans are weirdos. They don't eat. They try to separate themselves to make themselves sound special. And it's a marketing ploy.
It's not special.
Right?
Think about what I said.
It's a marketing ploy because they're like, well, vegans don't eat dairy. We don't eat this. We don't eat that. It's like, okay.
Well, if you eating dairy, you're not a vegetarian.
Exactly.
You don't have to put no special name to it.
Exactly.
If you eating eggs, you eating the baby chicken, just not developed.
Right.
You eating the fetus chicken, liquid chicken. That's all you're eating. So you're still eating meat.
Right.
So
you're still a vegetarian. I mean, no, vegan is different.
But they put all this. Just this is where I'm telling you this mace that they make for you all to live in, and myself when I was stupid enough to try to live in it. And so when you understand the true diet, and people will say, well, you know, everybody's body is different. You know, everybody. You know. Okay. Every damn fish is different. but all have to swim in the water. You ain't seen one to come out of the water and be able to walk for a mile or two and get back in the water. There is a basic for everything. And the basic concept for human beings is the designer who designed it and put you Christians, it says in your Bible, I give you herbals and vegetables for your diet and your medicine. All right? It didn't not say that we're sending you down there to Pfizer. Oh yeah, I'm gonna talk about Pfizer. That's some bullshit there too.
Yes, there is.
Yeah. Pfizer was the one that pretty much in the last 25, 30 years made the planet all of us fuck experts. Came out with the blue pill.
Yeah, to answer Ina's question, medium well is okay, but it's best to just get it medium. If you're gonna get steak, order it medium.
Well,
if you like the medium well flavor of it, just order medium. Me, I get mine medium rare or medium.
Well, voila, that King Mandrell.
Mm-hmm.
That's your bullshit. You talk about that when you on your bullshit. I'm telling people not to eat any meat at all.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry about that.
Thank you.
You have the floor, sir.
Thank you. You had yours when you first did yours, and now you trying to interject in mine. I'm telling people, I just stay away from it. You know what I mean?
Suit yourself.
Now, you're going to go back and pick up the 3, and you can choose how you want, because diet only means the things you put in your mouth. That's all it means. And there is a 80-year-old woman, I think, on YouTube somewhere, and she didn't eat. She became a vegetarian, and her husband didn't. He looked like her father, and she looks like a young woman. So, y'all can pick what you pick and choose what you want to. But there's plenty of examples out there. A lot of people say, well, I'm going to lose weight if I eat vegetables. I'm going to do this if I do this. And what I'm saying is, look at America. Over 65% of Americans either overweight or I think it's 40% is obese. And believe it or not, I don't have no stomach. And I ain't trying to hold it in, and I'm going to show it to you. Son, you need to get off whatever the phone you on. If I'm going to take the time to get away from 18 people, your ass going to have to pay attention to this damn
I am
video.
paying attention. What are you
No,
doing?
you're not with your head down.
Okay.
See, I'm not holding my stomach in, because you see if I hold my stomach in, it'll go in. That's my natural stomach right here. I don't have a stomach. I just won't take out my shirt because I don't want to embarrass Mandrell.
Oh, okay. No problem. You don't want to embarrass me. Got it.
So,
and shout out to the Harris Tribe Media. Thank you for coming. Thank you for your support.
But what we got to understand is there's a lot of misinformation out there. And a lot of you say, well, I tried the herbal and the vegetarian and it didn't work for me. But you went out and bought some bullshit.
Because you say don't eat meat.
Don't eat meat.
No, you're saying this because you said don't. You trying to tell people not to eat meat.
Cody is king. It's gay to not to eat meat.
You're right. I agree.
I guess you got 2 boyfriends going on. So there's gonna be some damn meat eating. So that might be true on that other end. But you better watch what you say. You might be telling a story you don't want nobody to know about. But anyway, as I was saying, people can choose to eat anything they want. I'm just telling you my lifestyle is that's the way I move around. And I move pretty good. So I understand that Mandrell and my brother, they have a different course of action and things, but I think I'm older than both of these gentlemen.
Yeah, you're older than both of us.
I think I'm older than both of you.
I'm in my 40s. Mr. Bennett's in his 50s. You're in his 50s.
So I think I got both of them about 15 years. At least 15 years.
That's what I said at the beginning of the show. We got 3 different people: myself, you, and Mr. Bennett, from 3 different generations.
And
you know what I'm saying? 3 different generations, and 3 different approaches to certain things.
okay,
Now, I got a question here. How do you feel about beets?
beets are good.
They're disgusting,
That is the natural Viagra.
but they taste
Any
strong.
woman wants to increase some things in their private time with their significant other. Start buying your man a lot of beets,
We have a comment here from Cody Esteem.
and you get you some wild yam and some of the stuff that ailments you be going through. It'll help you, young ladies. As you can see,
It's like skeletons and stuff. Less healthy.
you see that? That's the bottom. That's the top. And it fits on just like that. For you to thought that I don't make my own capsules.
No, I was
Snaps on just like that. Not you,
Yeah.
Andrea. And you have a machine, and I'll be putting, just like I say in the description, things you can go and see. I have this machine, but in the last 3 weeks I moved into another house and starting up another business in another house. So I haven't unpacked close to 75% of my stuff. But I'm still trying to move along. So a lot of people would call herbals supplement. I don't.
Why
Because
not?
Because herbals are food.
Okay.
Stems, branches, fruits, roots of a plant or a tree or a bush. It's food. So why would it be a supplement?
Well, the name supplement comes from the fact that people, in most people's diet, they're not getting enough of one nutrient or the other, so they supplement the loss that they're not getting from whole foods, by taking vitamins and getting their nutrients that way. For example,
Well-
a good example is vitamin D. Most people suffer from a vitamin D deficiency, so it'd be good for them to take vitamin D supplements to compensate for their lack of sunlight that they get in their life. Because most of us work indoors these days,
Well, that would be a supplement if you taking a vitamin. But if you eating the natural stem, root, fruit, or leaf, that's still food. So you couldn't put it in the same thing. Like if I give you a seed, that is food. You might want to call it a supplement, but that's food. That's almost like that vegan thing. See, this is how they mess you up. Like vitamins and amino acids that you buy in a bottle is the same as food. They try to put both of them in the same thing, but you know they're not the same thing because they're not even regulated the same way.
that's
See,
true.
this is that word salad that these people are playing with you all. And this is what I break down when I'm telling people, oh yeah, wild yam, you might don't want to discuss that since your brother's on there, but it'll make you a little wild. But anyway, this is a seed right here. And I'm going to try to give you a picture of it. And it is a seed. Let me see, can I get it up there? Alright. Just a little seed. And I had it in the natural. But it's called Moringa.
Okay.
Alright? That's how it look when you order it over the internet. It will go look just like this. And all this stuff that I'm showing you, you will be able to get. Now, the reason why I'm showing you this is I've been dealing with this for about 15 years. In my family, due to the fact of our diet, we have high blood pressure and diabetes. This right here will kick some diabetes and high blood pressure in the ass. I got 2 people here with me who was taking shots, and I gave them 5 seeds a day for about a week, and then I cut them down to like 2 seeds every day, and then I cut them down to them like 1 seed every week, until the doctor told Mr. Jamie James he no longer had to shoot himself with insulin or take pills.
Now here's a question here for you. But is taking the herbs in a plastic capsule helpful? Number one, people, those capsules, they're not made of plastic. They're made of some kind of vegan gelatin.
That's
So they can, veggies, yeah. I'm not sure if it was plastic though. No, it was not plastic. Would it be better to take the herbs straight, like in a tea?
Most certainly. Not only just straight in a tea, you can come up with your own way you do your compounds. And I'm going to get into that. I just don't want to jump into it now. But that is something I was going to discuss. Anything is in liquid form, digest in your body and get to your bloodstream a lot faster. No ifs and ands about it. I mean, if you could stand your steak that you like so much, Mandrell, and grind it up and put it into a smoothie, like, it would have hit you so fast.
Yeah, but what's the point of that though? I wouldn't want to do that.
I understand, but I'm just saying, we're just showing you the less the small and large is just there to break down all the foods to get the nutrients out of. But if the body don't have to break it down and it can just pull all the nutrients out, it's going to get to the bloodstream much faster.
That's true.
So, these seeds, they're bitter when you chew them, but when you drink water behind it, it makes the water sweet. And everybody I have ever given these to, they be like, man, it's kind of funny when you eat it, but then when you drink water behind it, it makes the water seem so sweet. And so, that's that. I say that Moringa seeds is because we suffer from more of the high blood pressure and diabetes than anyone. Now, I cook in this.
What's that? Okay.
Coconut oil.
Okay. Yeah, I got coconut oil as well.
Yeah.
Cook it,
And as I say, when I say I cook it, and I buy it by the case full. I do not use vegetable cooking oil. Just don't.
Right. The only cooking oil that I use as far as that's vegetables,
You go use
vegetables is
say olive oil or something like
yeah,
that.
I use some olive oil, but also Mr. Bennett told me in our last live he used macadamia nut oil, so I ordered some.
Yeah.
And I use that now.
Just eating 2 or 3 of these a day is your friend. Natural almonds.
Gotcha.
Just eating 2 or 3. Now, as you can see, I probably can go through everything that I got in my boxing bag. It'll probably take me 3 hours to break down. And this is how I make my vitamins. When I want to make my own vitamins, I get it in powder form. Right? Now, you can see that it's not powder form.
Right.
Yeah. So that's when I get it this way, I get it more to make teas.
Now, when you make the tea, and it's not in a tea bag, because a lot of people don't know this, how do you make the tea with the leaves or roots without a tea bag? How do you filter it?
Well, get strainers. That's the most easy way.
Yeah, naturally, yes.
But there is a more natural way.
A more natural way? How do you do that?
There is a more natural way where you don't have anything to touch it other than you make it I'm just trying to get some stuff here. Okay. There's a more natural way, but I'm going to show you how I make teas when I'm making it in a rush, and I'm really not making it for myself. I'm making it for someone else. Look at this little device. You put your herbals in there, you close it up, and you shut it down, and you put it in hot water. And just let it stand.
Now, where do you find this contraption?
Well, the same place that you find from Dr. Gauss, the CKLS. And that's why I say it's best to go to the source, because they have all this little trickery stuff. But you probably can find this on the internet. They have different strainers that you can use. And so this, with me, is the best way when I'm making it for somebody else and I'm making a large amount. And as you can see, it holds a large amount. And I just fill it up, and I can put more than one herbal in there. And then I can mix it if I'm making a blend. And then I just boil the water, cut it off, and put it in there, cut the heat off. And then just let it stand for like 20 minutes, 25. You can let it stand for an hour, because a lot of the teas and stuff people like to drink absolutely cold or room temperature.
That's ridiculous.
Okay.
Why would you want to do that?
Why not?
Because it's disgusting.
Why would it be disgusting?
Okay, so what's
So your worms don't like it that way,
No,
or
so
your
what's-
parasites don't like it that way.
I guess not. So
Okay.
what do you call that contraption? Because it's not just a strainer. It's what kind of strainer is that?
It's a strainer. Strainers come tea. You can call it a tea maker. You can call it a strainer, because you can see you can use it. It's a dual thing.
Yeah,
You can use it as a strainer too. So if you was pouring this stuff out, you can just pour it in there and it strained itself. But let me tell you something, the secret about the natural way of doing it. If you let your stuff soak in the hot water for about 20-25 minutes, it all goes down to the bottom, and if you pour it slowly, you'll never get none of it in there anyway.
Mm-hmm.
The problem is we want to hurry up and do everything just like we do, get ourselves in this condition. We hurry up and eat. We eat within 5 minutes, and our food is so pretty much whole. By the time it can digest in our bodies, it's about 15, 16 hours later when it should be able to digest with the maximum amount of time is 4 hours. But we swallow food. Some people chew, swallow. Chew, swallow. And most people who's a chewing expert, and I'm not a chewing expert, but most people who's a chewing expert, they say chew at least 27 times before you swallow your food. Because you break it down, you get it into more of a liquid form. But most of you can't stand the taste of food you eat, so you have to chew, swallow. Now, of all the things the herbs that you can use, this is and I know I got my screen backwards, so I got
It's upside down. There you go.
Yeah, I know, but I know I'm saying got my screen, so it puts everything in reverse. But that's cayenne. Let me see, can I change that? Let's go change things around just a little bit. Just hold on just a second, so y'all can actually see. You know, you can go in and set. I have it on mirror, and I can take it off mirror. Where when I put up something, you can be able to read it for what it is. Okay. Now you can see it.
And
right?
I found those strainers that you got. People just copy what I'm putting in the chat right now. The food store 2-piece stainless steel mesh tea balls. Copy that and put it and put it in your Amazon search bar. It comes right up. If you guys are interested in that.
Now this is what makes this herbal so much potent behind it. It's cayenne. Now you got probably 800 different type of chilies, but you need cayenne. You need for it to say cayenne. And what it does, it boosts everything that you take.
Is it because
It
of the
boosts it in
capsaicin
the it boosts it in the bloodstream. Now,
Okay.
for you people who have circulation problems, you can make capsules of cayenne and take them, and it will thin your blood. And
Okay.
when the doctor give you pharmaceuticals, when you have high blood pressure, the only thing they give you is blood thinner, and it thins your blood because your veins are artery. It's just like a water hose that you step on, and all of a sudden the water stop going through. It might drip, 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 drip. So that's what your body is doing through. That's what your blood is doing through certain parts of your body. It's because your arteries and your veins are so clogged up, it can only just drip through because it's clogged up. So when the doctor gives you a blood thinner, it makes the blood thinner so it can go through the little small gaps. Well, cayenne do the same thing without their side effects. For me, holistic way of living, which all of us should be practicing, because holistic way of living is the way that our bodies was designed to live. And a lot of times your herbals and stuff that you get out of the store, people, is not working for you is because it has shelf life.
Yeah.
You don't know how long it's been in the warehouse. You don't know how long it's been on the shelf. But when you get a raw, you get a raw powder, you know it's coming. They grind it up by order because it's a major difference.
Gotcha.
And for you people who like to make juices and stuff and you think you're doing something, you make a juice, people, 15 minutes after you made it, and most of your juices you making, it's gonna lose 75% of this property.
So the efficacy rate it drops really fast. That's why it's better just eat. If you're making fruit juice at home, it's better just eat the fruit than it is to just squeeze.
Right,
all
unless
that.
you just go down it right then.
Yeah, unless you're just going down it right then. Yeah. Cody S. King asked a question. He says, "Do you like cinnamon, Mandrill?" Same question for J Speed. Yes, I eat cinnamon every day. I put it in my oatmeal in the morning. So yeah, there you go, ground cinnamon. He has it.
I don't know how you know I was getting ready to reach in the bag and pull that out, but you must be in tune.
Right. Mandrill
Okay.
doesn't cook if he doesn't know what a strainer is. Rice, pasta, etc. can be strained. Yes, I know that, Travel One, but that strainer in particular, the one with the two sides that collapse together and niche, I had never seen it before. Is to make tea with, and I have like several strainers here that I use to cook with. So yeah.
So let's move on to this.
I also put the name of it in the chat, everybody. If you guys are interested in buying it, go to Amazon and buying that. But
know
yeah, what
I
were you
can-
going to say about cinnamon?
Cinnamon, for people have diabetes, cinnamon has been known to reverse it if you have A. Now,
So if
when
you have,
you have the
diabetes type A.
combination of the up and down, that's a whole different thing. That I would take them seeds and I would take the cinnamon and mix it together.
Yeah.
All right, for you people who suffer with pain and
Yes,
arthritis and all this other stuff, and you want something you put on your body that will relieve you of pain, whatever spot it is in your body, within like 90 seconds. You take this, take about 5 tablespoons, find you some 90% alcohol, put it in there, let it sit in there for like 90 days, and I guarantee you there's nothing that can match it.
In terms of
Nothing. What?
That's mace.
As far as relieving pain.
So drink mace.
You ain't gonna drink this. I say put it in rubbing alcohol. Now I know you got a level stomach. You could probably drink anything, but I'm trying to tell people how to do this, and you wants to eat and drink right about now. So you take this and put it in there, and you shake it up every day to about 30 days. That's all you need. You put it in a spray bottle. I'm telling you, there's nothing can match it. Nothing. Now, what you think mace is, Mandriel?
I'm not sure.
Well, you know I like to put you to work.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so put mace powder down in it and tell me what it is. It's something y'all eat every Christmas and every Thanksgiving. Huh?
Is it nutmeg?
It's the outer shell of the nutmeg.
Gotcha. Ground mace. Gotcha. Okay.
So, I'm telling you, for you people who like work out and your muscles get sore, I'm telling you, if you take a shower and rub yourself down with that, the reversal of sore muscles is like out of there. And if you drink some pickle juice with it, and I understand y'all rather go and get all this other stuff to make you, and I'm just telling you the natural things of vinegar and cucumbers, what it could do for the body. That this is why I'm saying y'all wasting your time on a lot of stuff that you are purchasing in this mace, when all the natural stuff is looking you right in the face and give you better results with no side effects. Yeah. Pickle juice has been known to instantly get rid of cramps. I ain't never seen nobody on a football field or basketball have a big old container of pickle juice. What they gonna have? Gatorade, Powerade, this aid.
Yeah, and the Gatorade, there's no point in drinking that stuff, man. That stuff's not good.
And you might as well go ahead and put your lips on a radiator of a car, because that's what the hell you're drinking.
Gotcha. Now here's the thing, JCB, are your thoughts on tinctures? What this is, people, is just the liquid form of the herbal stuff that he's talking about.
But it's concentrated.
Yeah.
It's more of a concentration. Yes. Anything that you can use drops in liquid form is going to work faster in the body and get to the bloodstream much faster. There will be, just like I say in the description, all the things that y'all are asking, not only will it be this in the description of what it is, but there'll be actual videos to show you how to make it. So this is, you're getting pretty much the presentation from me, but then you will get where you can go and do your research from the description. So I'm sorry I didn't have everything the way, but I am going to show some things. Matter of fact, while we at there, I'm going to put my mic on mute, and you have permission to talk now, Mandriel, for the next 45 seconds. Thank you, sir.
Well, thank you, JSP, for permission. Give me permission to speak on to the audience for this podcast. Okay. First of all, I want to shout out to some people in the chat. Shout out to Just Jay. Thank you for coming. Thank you for your support. Harris Tribe, Harris family, thank you for supporting me. Thank you for coming out. NA, always a pleasure. World Class, thank you for pulling up. Travel One, still don't know what to make of you yet. Sometimes you're a troll. Sometimes you're pretty good. Cody is King. You know what it is. Inya. What's going on? Scam Likely. Thank you for coming. And we've got, who else in the audience? Shamaria, that's my younger sister, everybody, in case y'all didn't know. But yeah, everyone calls her Shushu, though. Yeah, thank you for coming. Thank you for supporting me. Appreciate it. You know you're at work, right? Don't get fired. But yeah, thanks for coming. So as y'all see, this holistic way of life is it's rather different. I'd rather get my nutrients from whole foods myself, personally. I try to get as much nutrition from food as I possibly can. Von Eric, thank you for coming. Thank you for your support. Can't forget you, man. But yeah, I try to get mine from whole foods as much as I can. I take more of a balanced approach to diet, whereas him, he doesn't eat meat. He doesn't really, JSP doesn't eat meat. He doesn't eat dairy, but he stays in good shape. And it works for him. It will work for anybody who tries that approach. I think, at least. It's just I like consuming my food through meat, proteins. You know what I'm saying? I like the flavor of meat. It's awesome, and I will continue to do so. So that's my thing about it. And you got Hash Tribe, the SIDS said great information. Thank you very much. So we got JSP coming back here pretty soon.
No, I'm here.
Yeah,
I was
okay.
listening to all that BS you was talking about that you like to eat.
Yeah.
No, you like to swallow. I seen you eat before. You don't eat, you swallow.
What do you mean? I'm one of the people that eat three times and then swallow.
You eat your food like you drinking a drink from a straw. You suck it up. But anyway, get down to the get down. Now, can you share my screen?
Yes, I can.
Thank you, sir. Appreciate you. Now, this is the same one I have, and so I'm gonna show you how easy this process is. I used to do them by hand, but I found out machines, certain types of machines, especially if they don't have a motor on it, you can do just as much. So he's loading this up, and I'm gonna go fast with it. I cut down the. So you see how he did the two halves that I have. When I get back on screen, and he's just loading it up. After you see him load one up, all of them, rest of them are loaded up the same. So we're gonna push it a little further. All right. So after he loads it up, he puts the powder down like that. Whatever you desire to put in your capsule, he puts it down like that, and then he's gonna get a scraper and he's gonna go across it and keep on until he pack it. Okay. So what he's doing now is shooting it in the chute, as you can see, but he's at the same time he's doing two things. He's packing it in there, and you can tell because won't no more go in. When you get it where you keep going across and won't no more go inside of that capsule, then you know it's stuffed. Then he'll pack it down, and then he'll put the bottom under there so he can get a little more pressure and rock it, and then he'll take it up, and then you'll see now he can put some more in there. All right, so he'll pour the powder back over, and he keep it until he get it packed in. Now in real time this takes about anywhere between 3 to 7 minutes. Okay, and so once he do that, he's got it full. Okay, now he's gonna do it one more time. He's gonna keep on to make sure the capsule, because you don't want your capsules too flimsy. So, and then once he get it full, now he go put the other half on there, and then it's gonna close the capsule itself. Okay, so now he got it full. He takes the piece off the bottom. Now he's going to put the other half on there. He's working a little slow because he's a little old, like Mandrill, but you'll see exactly what I'm talking about in a minute. Now he's putting the other half on there, and it's going to lock the capsules in. All right.
You want to let it play so we can see it too?
Okay, I'm trying to tell you, and then I'm gonna let you play in the end. This younger generation just so in a damn hurry. That's them damn fast ass games they play. Okay, now I'm gonna back it up and let you see the process. If Big Head had been talking, I could have did this without his instruction. Now he sets that other half that he put on when he first started off. He had two halves. And as you can see, this is a very easy process. You can make anything you want to. Now don't be trying to make some illegal shit. I'm just talking about herbal stuff. Now you see that now he go push the top and they go fall out. And that's how you make capsules. Okay?
Okay.
You see now.
We got a good question here.
Okay.
From Classic Ruby. Classic Ruby, thank you for coming. Appreciate it. Shouldn't you have some measurement of how much of whatever you're putting into the capsule? Well, Ruby, I'm gonna say.
All right, no, you can't answer that.
Okay.
Step to the side, son. Step to the side.
Go right ahead.
You got single lock, double lock, and triple lock pills. And each one of them is a different size of pill. And they tell you the milligrams of what you're putting in. I use double lock. That's the medium size because I don't like the real small pills. So let me can you take that off the screen, Mandrell, so I can give the actual size. Let me see. Did he step away? See, this new generation have a attention span of a 2-year-old. That's okay. Let's just give it to you in size so you can see. That's the size. I'm trying to give something that you can compare it with. It's pretty much the same size as that seed. It's not big at all. It's not the bigger one. And that's the double lock pill. And it just depends on how much you want. If you want to take it 2 times a day, or you want to take one pill and just be done with it for that day when you're making your pills, versus you want, like me, there's certain things I want to take throughout the day, so I want to keep it in my bloodstream. So I take it throughout like every 3 hours or every 4 hours or something like that. So that's the way I do that. But it's determined, you can determine what machine you want, because each machine will make a different size. Or you can get a machine that will make all 3 sizes. So these machines get, let me just give you an idea. If I was manufacturing pills, I would be more to get something just a little bigger. Let me see. All right. I was trying to get to the photo of it. So that's a bigger machine. You see right there? They have these machines. Let me put it on the screen. All right. I want to share. Okay?
Okay.
Share screen.
Thanks for coming, Ruby.
All right. So, share screen. All right. You can share it. And let me get this other stuff out of the way. These machines come in so many different sizes. You know, they do. Let me make this a little bigger. Okay. Boy, I made it.
Okay, so here's another question. So you just fully fill the capsule, and the capsule is a particular amount? Yes. Yeah, the capsules are a particular amount by themselves. They're already pre-measured. So that's why you just take 1/2 and you just fill it up. Because you're only supposed to fill 1/2. You know what I mean?
Right.
1/2.
And the other, you put the other half on top. It's
yeah,
just,
you put the other, yeah.
So if y'all want me to go back, well, you can go to that video, because the video, every video we play, see, this is a guy who makes capsules. He's probably making capsules for himself. He's probably, you got to understand, some people make things for themselves. Some people make things for their family. They give them as for Christmas presents. I mean, The best thing you can ever give somebody on their birthday or Christmas present is health, good health. We don't think about that. We think about things that we can give people and they can go and show it off. But what's better than showing off good health? Okay, so you can see his machine is a little more bigger than the other machine. These things come in 25 to 50% bigger than this machine, and they even come where they're automated, you know. So this is just another version of what that small machine. But if you just go make it for yourself, that one will make you 100 capsules in about 25 minutes, and that's about the count you want anyway. 100 capsules, and you know, it should last you a year. Okay. Let me stop sharing the screen for y'all mess around and see me with my clothes off, and it'll wreck this whole channel. So let me get out of that.
I don't think anyone would be jealous.
I ain't say nobody go be jealous. I just said it would wreck the whole channel. You know.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
So
yeah. If you know, some people stand up, it go be a blur. You know. So this right here is what I got to scream and holler at Mandrill for maybe 3 months before he went to the store. And this stuff is like 99 cents, $1.39. But there's nothing that cures and clean up mucus in your chest and in your throat faster than that. You take it like a spoonful, put it in your mouth, chew it for like 30 seconds to release the oils, and it would instantly get mucus out of your chest and out of your throat and out of your nose. He was every second. You sound like a pig getting ready to get slaughtered. And I was like, every time we get on the phone, I was like, Mandrill, would you just please go to the store and get some of this and get some of that? And so me and him do talk a lot offline. We don't do no meetups. The only person I'm ever gonna do a meetup with is as far as a function, it's probably the woman I'm gonna marry. We ain't gonna do no meetup with no hard head. I'm not really into celebrations like that. I'm into information. And if we go do a meetup, that means that we gonna walk away from that meetup and we gonna be putting a corporation together, a company together. We ain't just go get together like we going to a Easter church and we go try to show each other up or buy each other or get each other just as drunk as they can get. I ain't into them kind of things. That's one of my formulas right there. I mix some things together and then I just all my powders and then I make my pills. And once I make my pills and
I said number one, what's in that? And then we have
I'm not gonna give away my secrets, but I'm gonna give away some secrets. But I'm not gonna see. These are some pills I made right here. That's my vitamin right there.
Gotcha.
Right. Just like
Really?
I say, I'm not really taking care of myself the way I'm in 50% shape. Size wise, I'm 40. You know, a good week. Like when you start really taking care of your body, it don't take you no months to get in shape. It really don't. If you got a good metabolism, your body can really get in a good shape within 7 days. Most of the time we did training camps, and I know Mandrill might remember this, when we get ready to have a boxing tournament and we go into another city or another country or whatever, he know we only get in shape like 7 days before that tournament. We'll lay off 2 days and then go to that tournament. We usually get in our weight shape, speed, timing, and everything else. It don't take us 5 months, you know. It don't take us 5 months to get prepared to have a fight. Hell, most of us have a fight a week when we box.
Yeah.
You have a
Once a week,
tournament
yeah.
here, and then the next week you have a tournament
another
there. And the same
tournament,
thing with wrestling. When you're wrestling in high school, you having a wrestling match every week. You ain't preparing no 6 and 7 months for a wrestling match. So that's what I'm telling you. A lot of the things that we do is not in our best interest. We've been given the wrong information. Now, if you like a 300, 400 pound overweight, I'm sorry, you're not going to lose all that in 7 days.
No, you're not.
If you do, that means you're under somebody's saw and somebody cutting you up.
Right.
So,
Ruby asked a question. I mean, don't y'all just cook with spices? I put time in most things I cook. Yes, Ruby, we do cook. I cook every day, every meal. Especially now that I'm like actually in training, I cook every meal. But the thing is, these are things that sometimes when you cook, you don't put enough of the spices and things in there that your body needs. So that's why supplementation is important. Supplementation does not because a lot of people think that just because they take supplements, it replaces what they're doing. No, supplementation is to add to what you're already doing. Like there might be some vitamins that you're missing out of your diet, so you want to supplement for that. Really, you want to eat whatever it is that your vitamins that you're taking, because your body absorbs it a lot better. Your body absorbs nutrients from actual food far better than it absorbs it from pills. Far better.
all right.
But the pills,
What was the young lady name?
Ruby,
Ruby.
yeah, classic Ruby. Yes.
I know you heard all that jaw wrestling, so I'm gonna answer your question. All right. There's a difference when your body is in a state of emergency versus you just eating for nutrition. When your body is in a state of sickness, you have to treat that sickness. And there's a certain amount of something you have to do to attack that sickness that you wouldn't get just from flavoring your food, because you're not trying to flavor your body. You're trying to attack a sickness. Your body's in a state of emergency. So you might put an eighth of a teaspoon or a tablespoon of thyme in your jerk chicken, but you're using that for taste. But when your body's in a state of emergency, when you're using it for medicine, it's something totally different. So yes, so I guess that could be a statement, but it is a good question. So did you understand that, Mandrell?
Yes, I understand.
Okay, you always say
I'm not a
we both from the country, but some
Yeah,
I think,
I got folks still in the country.
okay. Well, you in the country? What the hell you talking
I'm not
about?
in the country. I'm in a city,
Where you from, son?
Montgomery, Alabama.
Okay, where in the world would they call that a damn city?
And if you come here,
Other than where you live at,
No,
everybody
no.
else would call that the country.
no, now Bruton, Alabama, that's the country. Evergreen, Alabama.
And
that's
see, y'all always have somebody y'all could talk down on.
I'm not talking down on anybody. You and your holistic, natural, your vegetable gardens and stuff
Okay.
like that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, you know,
North Carolina, living.
Let's talk about brain food. It's one of the best brain foods in the world, and that's walnuts.
But it's a low.
Matter of fact, if you look it up, and they'll tell you, most doctors tell you, walnut is
Yeah.
shaped like the brain.
It is.
And, I like to take any kind of berries, like raspberry, raisins. I can take raisins. And I like to take me some nuts and just mix them with it. And when you have them moments where you want something sweet and crunchy,
Right.
now if you get crunchy out of your girl, boy, something wrong.
Say,
But anyway.
wait. You're the one saying that you like nuts.
No. I was born with two, and that's about as far as I'm going with that one.
Gotcha.
But I'm talking about walnuts
Okay.
and almonds and pecans and all these things. And the reason why I say that
Yeah,
is,
and they said she loves pecans. She's just asking, what about pecans?
Yeah.
Right as you made that
I told you they are in tune to what I'm doing here, son.
Yeah.
When you are like, see what she said? Read that out, son.
Yeah. OG, that makes sense. I guess as Jamaicans, we use food we cook as medicine. So I never thought about using everyday spices as medicine. Interesting. Yeah.
Okay.
Now here's the thing. Now that one, Ruby, to her credit, she is formidable with her intellect. I'll give her credit. You know me. I'm fair. I give credit where credit is due. Yes, her intellect is formidable. It actually is. She'll impress you.
Yeah, but you was trying to lead it down the wrong way.
I was not leading it down the wrong
well,
way.
you was going by the wrong way of doing it.
I was
That's
just
all.
thinking I would prefer that you get your nutrients from whole foods. Just eat, proteins, starches.
Well, can I get on with my
Carbohydrate.
trying to get people from eating junk food like potato chips and
Proteins, carbs, and fats.
and cheese curls and all that other
Yes, we
bullshit
need to get them
they
off
be
of that.
eating?
I'm
Yeah.
just saying.
Well, I was about to get into it.
All right. Then hurry up.
And so the nuts and the raisins, and if you want to, you could put a little oat with it, and just put it in a bag. Keep it in your glove department. So when you are out and you passing all these 0-star restaurants that we call fast food, like Jack in the Casket,
Jack in the Casket,
and a lot of other stuff that we will stop and get. Just reach in your glove department and pull out that little nuts and raisins or whatever you like. Any kind of dried berry, dates, and just put it in your mouth and start chewing. And just say to yourself on your first bite, I don't want to eat death. I want to eat alive.
Yeah, you want to eat life. Yeah,
And so,
dates are good too. I do like dates. I like
and this time of season, you can get dried dates. And matter of fact, you can take dates, the dried dates, and put them in hot water and let it soak overnight. And you can use that as for your sugar without ever adding sugar. Dates is one of the sweetest things you can ever eat. Matter of fact, they're so sweet sometimes you I don't know, you feel funny eating it. You almost get high when you eat a real good date. And some of the ones that come from Middle East, they are real sweet. You can get some dates about that big. You eat one, you get full. And dates taste good with coconut. I know a lot of people don't like coconut.
I like coconut. I like coconut, but incidentally, my mother, coconut is her kryptonite. If you eat me something, she said, "What's that? Give me a piece of that." Like, it's got coconut in it. Oh, never mind. Like, she does not like coconut.
What does it does to her when she take it?
I don't know. I never saw it. She just stays. When she was a little girl, she told me the story that when she was a little girl, she just hated the flavor of coconut, and since then she just never touched it.
Okay.
I'm like, okay, cool. I mean, I like coconut though. I've always been looking like that. I love all fruits.
Maybe I'm just saying maybe because I really wasn't, your friend when you was growing up. But maybe after she had you, she would want to have anything to do with a coconut. Just maybe. But anyway, this is one of the greatest things on earth, and this is what Dr. Sebi talked about.
Sea moss. Okay, yeah. Now I put that in my protein shake sometimes.
Now see, that's good. But if you really want to get the value from sea moss, you're going to have to put it in warm water.
Okay, so it's better to drink it with tea.
Okay.
Than protein.
This is how I prepare it. No, you will never make sea moss out of tea. It get thick like gravy. You ever put flour and boil it or cornstarch?
Well, yeah, of course. I mean, I know
okay, it makes gravy. It does it 1,000 times faster. So as soon as you put it in water, get a whisk and just stir it up, and then it's going to turn into almost like a gelatin. You put it in the freezer. You get you some ice trays. You put it in the ice trays. You put it in a freezer bag. And then when you get ready to make your smoothie or whatever, you just take one of the cubes out, put it in there, blend it up. Then you got the full potent sea moss.
Okay.
Now, freezer retains all your herbals. if you get a lot of herbals and you want them to keep their potent, put it in the freezer. In a freezer bag.
Yeah, that's
do not use aluminum foil or nothing like that. Put it in.
I don't use. I stopped using aluminum foil, man. I usually I use parchment paper now to cook with.
Yeah, that is a good
kind
thing.
of like aluminum foil can cause certain types of cancers and stuff like that with long-term use of aluminum foil.
Right.
So I use whenever I'm cooking, I use parchment paper. And when I want to store something, and I put it in Tupperware. But if I don't have a top or something like that, or if it's something like like if I'm soaking my beans overnight, like the lentils or black beans or chickpeas, I cover it with Saran wrap. I put it in the container, cover it with water, and put it in Saran wrap. Leave it in the refrigerator overnight.
People, I know everybody's telling you use sanitizer and all that, but if you go use sanitizer, please wash your hands afterwards because it will dry out your skin. Anybody who used it to the time, it will dry the hell out of your skin because what it is, about 80%, 85 to 90% alcohol.
Yeah, and alcohol.
Please use some kind of moisturizing shampoo, body wash, or whatever. So, again, just like I say, ladies and men, there's a lot of different things you can. This right here is black walnut shell.
So you not only you eat walnuts, you eat the shells too, J-Speed?
Well, it's kind of like mixed together.
And
it's not really for me. It's for guys who like to go out there and find loose women to have a relationship with. Well, it is the penicillin of antibiotics. So, you guys who need things to clear up an itch or whatever, there's nothing better than black walnut. Now, if you think I'm lying, look it up. Do your research. You'll find out it's one of the greatest, second to cabbage. Black walnut has been known to kill all kinds of stuff. I won't mention most of it, but most of the stuff you will go out there and find a loose woman, and or you find a loose man, ladies, that it can cure a lot of the stuff that treat a lot of the stuff that you get.
Now, how about this comment? The SIDS says that carrots is a great snack. Now, you and I brought this comment up because you and I have had a conversation about carrots before, and I was saying, listen, man.
Well, compared to look, man.
Okay.
Let's get something straight, man.
All right, let's go.
Compared to potato chips and cheese curls and hot fries and all that other bullshit y'all get from Frito-Lay and all these other snack pretenders, I take a carrot over there any day. But a carrot is hybrid. It's made. And they tell you, well, you eat carrots, you get better eyesight. Well,
because of the vitamin A.
Yeah, but they say you get better eyesight.
And you don't.
I know you don't. I remember one time, it was 1985. I went over to Stevie Wonder's house. He had a whole damn bag of carrots. You still can't see. So, y'all got to understand, a lot of this shit y'all have been told. You know, and thank God for Stevie Wonder. And I think if he heard that joke, he'll like it too. Because Stevie Wonder been known to drive when nobody's looking. Now, how he know that, then you have to probably understand that maybe he's not as blind as you think he is. But that's
right. I think I've heard plenty of stories about that. I'm like, okay, he's doing all that. He ain't blind.
Well, the last thing I want to see is Stevie Wonder driving down the freeway at 2:00 in the morning. Right. I'm kind of like getting out of the way. I ain't even trying to figure out is that him or not.
All right, I did look up black walnuts. Black walnuts are associated with lower rates of heart disease and reduced risk of gallstones. Women who eat more nuts are less likely to develop diabetes. There is also evidence that eating nuts like black walnuts might lower blood pressure, reduce risk of cancer, and prevent inflammation.
And most diseases are nothing but inflammation.
Yeah, inflammation causes it. Yeah, a lot of diseases. Ruby says, "What's crazy is that let's see. What's crazy is sea moss has been unavailable in my neck of the woods since the pandemic started. It's crazy."
You're right. You
Well,
could not. Wait a minute. You can find it now. We're gonna put some links down there where you can find it, and it's probably done double its price since the pandemic. But when the pandemic, she is 100%, and I just happen to have a lot of it. People was calling me, they couldn't find it nowhere, and they were like, "Oh, you know what, OG, he always have that shit. Let's give him a call." And the people who did have it made a lot of money with sea moss because you could not find it at all. And that's a strange thing that when all that was going on with the macaroni and cheese, as you know I call it, that you have that situation.
Cody S. King says everything is hybrid and modified.
Everything is what?
Hybrid and modified.
Look, man, you just waiting for a fight, and I ain't willing to fight this morning. I just not, because I'm not in a good mood, and I hurt you. Every 3 comments you come at, you trying to attack me, you trying to harm me, and I don't want to hurt nobody, and I'm trying to be good. I come over here real emotional this morning, and you trying to send me back that way. But anyway, you might be right, but I ain't willing to fight right about now. So, Mandrell, can you get that?
Yeah.
What did I say?
Well,
You can always make it bigger.
if you set it still,
I know if you make just one channel.
Dandelion root.
Okay. Now, do your research on dandelion.
Okay.
All right. Mandrell, if you do that, I'm gonna look younger than you.
No, you don't.
Oh
No,
shit!
wait.
Yeah,
No,
I do.
you look- no,
Mandrell, wait a minute.
No, you look
Goddamn.
younger than me.
Let's get naked then. All right, I take all my.
Pause. I'm not doing that.
All right then. Don't start no shit. Won't be nothing. I still got my baby hair. I don't think you have none. No. Just kidding, man.
Incidentally, Ruby's up in Canada. So
Canada. That look.
up in Canada. Yeah.
Look. Got one more. Now this one right here, you have to pretty much double bag because it's gonna make your whole house smell bad.
What is it?
Oh, we're gonna put it up there, Mandrell.
Okay.
And you can always do it the way you want to do it. All right, let's go ahead and make it bigger. Not you.
I know. I'm trying to figure
Yeah,
this out. Now, move
you
it.
something else.
Okay.
Veteran root.
That's the valerian root, not
Veteran. We call
Valerian
it
root.
wait. We call it veteran root. You know why?
Why?
By the time they make y'all so crazy, and y'all come back home, and y'all have to cool down. It's made for veterans because to get rid of all that bullshit the doctors don't told you y'all have.
I don't know, man. PTSD is real.
I'm gonna send you some.
No.
I'm gonna send you some.
Okay. I'm waiting on it.
Because that's a
Says, imagine taking that statement as an attack. What a sensitive little flower you are, J Speed.
He act like he looking for a girlfriend or something. This is the wrong channel, brother. This is the wrong channel, brother. We don't do that over here. There's nothing wrong with it if you want to hang out with that group like to do the YMCA, but we don't do that over here. Okay, so maybe you want to send me some flowers, but you keep them, my brother. Send them to somebody else who may need them.
he calls it he calls it veteran because he can't read.
No, I call it veteran root because that's the nickname of it.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, just like I say, he wants to fight. Why do you want, son? Why do you want my attention so bad? Did I remind you of the father wasn't around the house when you was growing up that you wish you had? But anyway, we call this veteran root because the first time I discovered this right here, everybody was going postal, and they was hiring a lot of veterans and they were shooting up the post office. That's where the word postal come from. And this has a tranquilizing effect on you.
Does it?
Yes. And that's why people with attention disorder, people with all them little names they give y'all when y'all come to service, y'all got this and you got that because y'all seen so much, you did so much, and it's hard to live a normal life without having thoughts of it, and it can trigger you. And I see. Look at him. Look. Wait. No. Go back, please, sir. Because I'm not going to let him get away with that. Okay. I can tell something wrong with him. Because he got the only wife beater on that look like a bra. I think you better leave me alone. Your family would disown you if they look at this video. Now, you can't, now lady that up there. You can't tell me that wife beater don't look like a bra. That looks nothing like scam likely wife beater. Now, I don't know if he went in the wrong department. He went in the Mrs. department and got his when he supposed to been in the men's sport department. But not only do it look like a bra, he look like he got some push-up pads under it.
I believe they call those the pectoral muscles.
No, not when they look like that.
Okay.
Not when he look like that. That's a little deep wound in the middle. He's really trying to show off. And I don't think he's trying to make them look like pectorals. They look like maybe about 38C or D or something. He's trying to make them look like. But anyway, let's just go on.
Yeah, incidentally, people, Jay Speed is actually a professional stand-up comedian.
And that's why I don't mind him doing what he's doing.
I don't think I want these jokes. Hey, look, B-Love, you missed it. She said it's called Valerian root, not veteran root. Yeah, we know that.
No, it's called veteran root. Nickname, okay.
Yeah.
Nickname.
Yeah, veteran root is the nickname that he gives it, you know.
Because our veterans went so long without the VA really understanding what these guys was going through. Matter of fact, they denied it for a while.
What do you mean? The VA still don't care.
I'm saying I got two of the guys in my house is from the service. They're veteran. And you're right, they don't care. They push these people around like they're shuffling bingo numbers. And that's why we call it veteran root, because y'all don't understand when the postal was going on, that's when the post office was hiring a lot of veterans. They refused to, and they sent them to the police department, and you see what happens after that. You know, so police department hire more veterans than the post office do now.
They wouldn't let me be a cop.
I wouldn't either.
No, they flat out told me no.
No, I wouldn't either.
Why?
It's called having HS. J Speed.
It's okay if you aren't jelly.
All right. Whatever you say. You just let me know how many ounces of milk you can get out of them. You better leave me alone, brother. I'm going to have you in a dress in a minute. So, anyway, back to the show. Now, why all of this? while any of this, I think in life you should try to find the best way for you to have the best life. Seriously, for you to have the best life. And believe it or not, the best life is the most simple things you can do is already put here for you. Really, you really don't need no light because the sun comes up every day. And anybody will tell you people who work at nighttime have a totally different life than people who work in the daytime. There's a reason night and day shares pretty much the same hours, because that's the time of rest. And these people got us jumping around so much that we don't even have time to rest. We don't even have time to eat. We're juggling our lunch while we're trying to go out and pay a bill or put some money in the bank or take some money out of the bank or going and pick up something, and we're stuffing food in our mouth and we're killing ourselves to stay afloat. And I want to be serious about that because that is serious, and it took me a greater part of my life to understand that. It's almost like going to a car salesman, a used car salesman, because they usually are the worst. He's going to sell you that car for what he think he can get from you. If he think he can get $3,000 for that car, he go try to sell it to you for $3,000. And another person might come, he look at him and say, man, I can't get number $1,500 out of him. And he's go sell it to him for $1,500. That's what they do in life. They keep you chasing after to perfect something in a dream world that you're never going to perfect who you are. You're only going to perfect who they want you to become. And that's not God's design. That's man's design. Because he can't get in your pocket unless you open your pocket up. Seriously. Just can't. And so that's what you got to understand. He's there to stay in your pocket. People who are into herbals and stuff like that, and they tell you about it, a lot of the stuff you can just go in your backyard or somebody's backyard, and that stuff is there. You ain't even really got to buy it, especially if you know somebody in Mandrell neck of wood. Hell, they got probably every damn thing I got in my box in somebody's backyard. So what I'm trying to tell you is, you gravitate to things you like. You gravitate to things that make you feel good. You gravitate to things that you believe is going to make you happy until you really find out your journey. And once you find out your journey, all right, once you find out your journey, then you'll find out, man, this is a lot better. It's going to slow you down a little bit, but in a good way. It slows you down to understanding what life is all about. And then all of that 3 phases I talked about from the beginning to right now is bringing you to one thing. And that's having peace. You can't buy it. You can't put it in a jar or plastic or a capsule. Peace is within. And you'll find out in life as you get older that we all want peace. But we call it all different kind of things, and we put all kind of flashy things around us and a lot of things that we think is going to make us happy. People always just say, I just want to be happy. When you're at peace, you are happy. Really, you are. That's the happiest you will ever be when you're at peace. You chase happiness, you could be chasing the wrong thing, because different things can make you happy. And the same thing can make you happy, can make you sad. And the same thing can make you sad, make you miserable. But when you chase being at peace, that means you're going within yourself, finding yourself, knowing your journey, and moving on it. So, there's only one thing left for you to do that we didn't discuss here, to me trying to give you a path to get there, is your spirituality. To make all this work, you will have to find out what gives you energy. That's my definition. And maybe some of you get upset me saying this, but that's my definition of the Creator, is energy. That's the only way I can see Him being everywhere. It's because everything that we know of has a certain level of energy. I can't see Him being anything else but energy. And I can't see us being separated from the Creator because we have energy ourselves. And if He's energy, then why do we exclude ourselves? Because that energy is within us. And that energy is the only thing that goes away when we make our transition. That's the only thing that determines that we're alive or not alive. It's when the energy goes out of our body. And everything you touch and everything that you see, it all has a substance or source of energy. I used to go around and try to find God and what would be the real God. And I went from spookism to this ism to that ism. And I'm saying, what is the one element in the universe? It's the same everywhere, but different levels of it. And the only thing I can come up with was energy. So that means that we are all connected. And it made me wonder why when we was in school, they used to take the little brush and a comb and go across our hair and then pick up paper with it, or we slide across a carpet and we touch somebody and then we shock them and they get a little spot, a spark from it. This thing is a lot simpler than just having this show, and I appreciate Manjarel taking the time and try to get into my world. I haven't perfected it yet. It's a learning process. But I'm willing to learn. I have outlasted 98% of my friends. My doctor died 25 years ago. But some of the bullshit he was trying to make me appreciate, and I was telling him, not me. So, I know if I'm having a heart attack, don't take me to an herbalist. Take me to the emergency room. There's a time and a place for everything. I'm not anti-medicine. I'm anti-bullshit. And there are some people in this field, or medical in this field, who are trying to do the right thing. There are some doctors out there who deals with holistic and practicing orthodox medicine. Matter of fact, I used to take my daughter to one. They understand this, but this chemical pushing industrial who cannot put a patent on something natural, so they have to come up with this chemical they give you, and then they can put a label and a patent on it, and they can sell it to you at whatever price they choose to sell it to you at. But they can't put a patent on something God made. And that's just the naked truth. And that's why they're so against the natural order thing, holistic healing. It's because it robs them of their resources to be able to sell you some bullshit. And that little package you get in that medication that tells you the 10 to 15 side effects, next time you go to the doctor, ask him you want the packet that he gets with that medicine, you'll find out it has anywhere from 100 to 200 side effects. That's the one you want to read. Because most of that stuff is harsh on the liver. And that's what I discovered. And yes, I believe there's some doctors out there, the dentist is real good, and I'm going to have to go to them very soon and let them do their magic. I found out that doctors are good in resetting bones, and I hope not to never go back to have a bone reset. They're good in operations and when it's a emergency operation, but when it comes to understanding this body, if you just be quiet and be still for a little bit, you'll learn to understand your body a lot better than any doctor. Seriously, you would. Just watching certain things and clues, just from your diet, changing, reshaping, it can give you a good life. And this body will hold up a lot longer than expectation when we start to understand what is real nutrition versus chemicals. And I'm not talking about the doctors now. I'm talking about a lot of the stuff that we eat is nothing other than chemicals. Some of it is absolutely just no more better than eating paper with flavor on it. It has no nutritional value at all. So it's hard for me to buy into something that I bought into it and found out it didn't have no value. So I'm not really going against anybody, the way they live, they move, or how they look at things. I already did that, done that. And it may be beneficial to you in short term. But you have to go back to that one source. Who would know this body better than the person that created it? And if he created this body, then he would put all the things here it takes to maintain it at a higher level. Just think about this. You got parents out there right now who's been taking high blood pressure pill for the last 30, 40 years. You got people out there right now for the last 20, 25 years who've been taking insulin for diabetes. But ask yourself this question. If you took your car to a mechanic right now because it was running hot, and if you had to take it to him more than 2 times, you would say to everybody and anybody who would listen to you, that mechanic ain't shit. But you've been going to the same doctor for the last 30 years, and he ain't fixed nothing for you. He just gave you a bunch of chemicals. And most of the pain pills right now, they are putting megs in them, MEDS, with your pain pills to get you stuck on mental medication. Because they say now that most of your pain is mental. So they are mixing them together. I know that because I work in this industry. I just smart enough to not be the one to take their stuff. And so, the best way to wrap this up is to let you know how I began. You are the architect of your life. And you have the right to take control of it. And paint the picture you want. Don't worry about the naysayers. As you start running, you'll see them fall by the wayside. They won't be able to troll you long. They'll be grabbing their ankles and holding their side, telling you to hold up. And what you do what I do. You either laugh at them, or you stick up your finger and tell them to kiss your ass. That's what I would do. Especially if somebody been trolling me for a long time. And let some other bum pick his ass or her ass up. So, that's the best I can give you. 64 years of being on this earth, 65 by my time. I can only just lead you there, and I can't get up there and criticize you for what you do or what your path been in your life or how you manifest this disorder that you in. But I can tell you one thing. You can change it. You change your mind, all that other shit goes out the window. That's how quick it happens. Nothing has never been changed in life until the person changed their mind first. So, take control of your life and become that architect. Peace, love, and always strive for the truth.
All right, J Speed, the OG J Speed, the ghost, ladies and gentlemen. And look at that, you and Codius King found something to agree on and reconcile.
100.
That's right. OG, I want to thank you for doing this for me, man. I know you're busy. I know you got a lot of responsibilities, like in real life. Like in real life, listen, with what you do for people, I have nothing but respect for it and admiration. I really do. I really do hope to have that level of compassion once again in life. Because I grew up, I had that kind of compassion, but you know, the army killed a lot of that. Yeah, man, nothing but respect and admiration for you. Seriously. And I do take your advice seriously. I tried to CKLS.
Yeah.
And I'm actually kind of glad I did it. It did work. I did feel better.
And I just want to put this thing on. I know you got to go, but if you do the CKLS right, women and men, you will at least at a minimal, you gonna lose 27 pounds in 7 days.
Yeah, if you got that much gunk.
Listen what I just said. If you do it right, you gonna lose 27 pounds in a week. Because
a lot of water too, yeah.
I'm telling you, it's been proven for over the years. When everybody I work with, they always start off. But there's a key to that. Then I'm gonna tell Mandrell afterwards. But I told Scam lightly, and most men ain't gonna want to do it. But when you take the CKLS and you eat the way you should be eating, at the end of the 7 days, you got to take an enema. And when you do that, it does the the final wash. And that's when you get on the scale and you'll see 27 pounds gone.
I heard
so
that.
Go ahead.
Yeah, not a problem. Because I did lose weight because of that stuff. I did. I lost about 8 pounds.
Yeah.
I was like, dang. So, I mean...
just like your sister said, you full of shit.
Oh, I
She
ain't
did
that
say that.
bad.
I'm just
She
repeating
did.
what she
I
said.
know.
Yeah.
You're my
Bad
sister.
shit at that. Go ahead.
Did you want to take any questions from the audience or anything?
Yeah,
like
or
that?
I take some questions. Go ahead if there's some people want to ask a question because they're the number one thing that I was waiting for the Q&A section to let you know because I wanted to stick to your head. If you weigh 150 pounds, you cut that in half and you should be drinking that in water. So if you weigh 150 pounds, you should be drinking 75 ounces of water a day.
Okay, if you guys like to ask OGJ Speed a question, please click the StreamYard link and come up. If you like to. And we'll give you we'll take a few more minutes for that. After the Q&A, we'll close it out.
Yeah, so, Mandrea, won't you tell me what's been keeping you up, bro? I have never seen your eyes look like that.
A lot of work.
I don't want to. I mean, if it's personal, what I'm just saying,
No,
I
yeah.
notice it. I notice it.
Yeah.
That's all I'm saying is, I would like for you to go and get you some chamomile tea, and get you just one good night of rest. Get the chamomile, and then look at yourself tomorrow, and you be like, okay, yeah, I needed it. Chamomile don't put you to sleep, but once you go to sleep, you have the most peaceful sleep you ever had in your life. And just like I say is, it comes in, I get it naturally. I hardly ever buy anything, man, that it's just not at its best. Like when you go there and get it in tea bags, you don't know how much flour of the flour that's in it versus how much the fillers they put in it. So I buy it with the bulbs and the flour. I know I got it over there somewhere. And another thing, if nobody don't have no question, if somebody want to come up, I'm gonna step over here and pick something up.
Well, we
I
got
wanna show
a
you.
we got a statement here. She says, Mrs. She says he ain't lying. I did it after each one of our babies. I buckled down and got rid of that extra 70 pounds. Shit was intense.
Mm-hmm. All right, let me grab this for you.
Go ahead. Again, ladies and gentlemen, if you'd like to come up and ask us a question, either Jay Speed or myself, please click the link. Come on up. You're only going to be a few more minutes if no one has a question.
I mean, I do apologize. It seemed like I don't have it all together, but just like I said, I just moved in another house 3 weeks ago, and so it's just so much that I'm trying to do. And ladies, if you get in touch with Mandrell, maybe we'll sit down and talk about it. But you ladies who having problem with growing hair, I have a formula that I put together that you pretty much go grow 17 inches in a month. And I know there's stuff on YouTube and they lie to you. But you gotta understand, I don't make no money for telling you how to do it. They make their money by getting you to buy their product. When I tell you what to go out there and get, that ain't my product. And that's just something God made. So, now as I was telling you, put that up there.
Okay, gotcha.
You got me. Now, Mandrell,
Uh-huh.
that in the veteran root that I call the veteran root. You see, now you're starting to see what chamomile should look like. You won't be able to get that in tea bag. It has a powder and it has round flowers in the inside of it. If you got a child that has attention disorder or anything like that, won't you try that before you try the harsh chemicals that these school systems are trying to make your child? So many people have called me throughout the years and saying, is there anything that my child can take that will make him be able to stay in a school? First thing I tell them is, little boys don't pose a set no longer than 20 minutes in a seat in the first place. So anything that I give you or they give you, it's going to take them away from the natural order of things. But there are things that you can use that won't harm them, and it tastes fairly. It's one of the best teas on the planet. You give them that and use honey, or I have a whole gallon of vegetable glycerin. People who suffer with arthritis, you take 2 tablespoons of that and put it in some cold water, put it in the refrigerator, drink it the next day. Tell me how you feel out the box. About 6 days. So, anything that I say is it's been proven over and over and over again. And then you have to say, I haven't got into the business aspect of this, because for the last 40 years I've been learning and teaching. But very soon, I'm going to get into the business aspect of this. And I'm going to do well, because my products work. I have about close to 40 formulas that I have put together. And even when people call me, I have never sold any of this stuff. Most of the people got in touch with me and I sent it to them free of charge. And I end up paying for the postage all my life. But just like I told you at the beginning, I've been a little selfish for others and neglect myself, and I'm no longer going to do that. Because I found out sometimes giving away things free and working free, people don't put no value on you.
That's a fact. Go ahead.
So, go back to what I said at the beginning. That's what's the lesson I learned this week. And so, I guess people like paying for things and then they put value on it. And no, I'm not changing, but I must have some value to my life. I must, if I'm preaching for you to find peace, I want to find love. I want to find somebody to settle down with, ride out in the sunset, if there is any such thing. I need some personal time to myself. I've been donating myself to almost 60 people now and not receiving a dime for it. And wasn't looking for a dime for it. And I'm taking care of them for 24/7. And anybody who know me, whoever talked to me on the phone, hear people coming in and bumping in me all the time. Mr. J Speed this, Mr. Can I help you? You need to call the ambulance, like just right now.
Yeah, that's a fact. They do. They do lean
And
on you a lot. They depend on you.
Mandrell have been on me with phones that we be talking, and every so I can say, she'll go come right back. She go ask me the same thing. And he's like, yep, she just did. Because I got people with all types of things and challenges they dealing with. But don't y'all think, well, I'm not worried about what y'all think. I'm just trying to let you know how I think. I think I deserve to have peace in my life too. If I'm going to give people a piece of peace, it has to become a time when I focus on myself and the things I knew in my deepest desire. My deepest desire is to get married, find someone and share all this love I got, and give it to them 24/7 until she get tired of me or I get tired of her. And then I say, ain't you got a family member you need to go visit? Or she tell me, ain't you got a family member you need to go visit? You know, because you always need that breakaway time. Not that find yourself breaker, right? That's some bullshit. Anybody tell you they were trying to find themselves, they already tell you can get ready to lose you. So that's what I want. My deepest desire is to always give back, but I need to start thinking of myself.
No one to blame you at all. You done a man's job, I'll tell you that. One last question before we close it out. What is better, raw honey or organic agave?
Well, my aunt always say raw honey was bee shit, and agave comes from a cactus. So there are certain people who have been known to be able to take agave and then don't shoot up their blood sugar. So I would take agave over honey itself. Okay, I'm gonna swipe down. Maybe I had that open and I was just talking. So I would take agave. Anything that comes from a natural vegetable, I would take over anything that comes from processed any day. Oh, there was one herb that I want to push that Dr. Gauss always pushed. I didn't say anything. Sarsaparilla is the best source of iron that you can get. And one thing that he found out that most of us in the West who are equator children, that we are deficient in iron. Usually that's what they do. The first thing they do when the women get pregnant, they give them iron pills.
And vitamin D pills too.
Right. And vitamin D.
That's why women's teeth get weak, because the baby is absorbing the vitamin D that their body's taking. And usually, especially these days, women are already vitamin D and iron deficient already. So when they get pregnant and the baby starts absorbing what little they do have,
right,
whatever they put in their bodies, the baby's going to take a big chunk of that. So their teeth get weakened. Some people's teeth rot out, and it's important to supplement iron and vitamin D at that time, especially when they're pregnant and the whole nine, and when they're nursing. So, all right,
one last tip before I show Mandrell behind me how I would whoop his ass if he ever got in the ring with me.
Unlikely.
He don't believe it yet. He still got George Foreman in him and Sonny Liston, and I'm gonna be the Ali. Muhammad without the Ali in it. Okay, so if you ever get food poisoning, the only thing you need to get rid of it within 15 minutes is ginger and honey, a tablespoon of it about every 20 minutes. The first 20 minutes is gone. The next 20 minutes is coming out of your body. Give yourself that. My favorite food to eat, just if I steam it, is cabbage.
Okay.
I had 17 people in my house who had their macaroni and cheese, and guess what happened? I never got it. Never wore a mask and never got it. Because I believed that I had did enough for my body that I didn't need it. And I didn't need it. And when I discovered that I was not taking care of myself, you know what I did, Mandrell? Mandrell, you still with me?
What's that?
Because I know you be shooting off the camera sometime. When I found out that I didn't need it, I got 690 something videos. I told you I've been in this stuff for a long time.
Now look at him in the background. That's actually J Speed shadow boxing everybody.
Right, and so
that's a man in his 60s. Look at his flexibility. To the side, he can still touch his toes.
And make my head touch my knees.
I heard that.
Some of you can't make your woman do that. Excuse me, I'm sorry.
You all right? You all right?
And that's one of the better positions in the Kama Sutra. Now, wouldn't know about that too much. I'm too young. But yeah, Mandrell, Uh, so,
Look at him.
see, Mandrill think he doing it. See, I'm just lightly putting it out there. But when I throw my combination, you don't see how many punches I throw. When I really get down on my combination, you don't see anything. You see my power shot, but when you see that right there is about as fast as a man can throw a jab. I don't throw 6 punches at you. I'm gonna reset every teeth in your mouth, Mandrill.
I
Better
heard
wear a
that.
good mouthpiece. Nah, me and Mandrill, I'm pretty sure. I'm not trying to go out there mess with one of them young lions.
You know what I'm saying? I would knock your spine through your back. So
Look, have you ever seen somebody hit so hard with an uppercut and knock their feet all the way through their whole body in the spinal cord and nothing left but the sneakers on the bottom of the feet and the whole spinal cord is naked? That's what kind of damage I do.
Really? That's the kind of thing you do?
Yeah. It's that kind that you get hit and you don't go down instantly because it's so. Usually when people get hit and get knocked across the room, that's power, but that's more of a push.
Yeah.
I hit you, and then you think about it, and you just drop and don't know why you dropped. That means I'm gonna knock your ass in stupid. That's a hard hit. Anyway, as you can see, if you look, my little bike back there in the back, I go riding. I go from Redondo to Venice and Santa Monica. It's like 28 miles doing, so it's a total of 50. What is it? 56, 16. Yeah, about 56. Yeah, 56 miles in one trip. I used to be so good with the jumping rope that sometimes I wouldn't even work out. Jumping rope and jumping jacks. I would say jumping jacks is the most perfect exercise of all exercise. And we just don't forget all about it. To me. And so, as you notice, I don't do any weight training. I started off that way. Could you hold on for a minute?
We got one visitor back here, J Speed.
Okay.
Hey Mandrill, how you doing? Can you hear me?
Hassan. Yeah, I can hear you, Hassan. How you doing?
Good. How you guys doing?
Doing all
We're
right?
doing fine, sir. Fine.
Yeah. Yeah. I just want to add one thing, if you guys
Go
don't
ahead.
mind. In Iraq, there's a lot of people healthy. You know, back like even if they were 60, 70. Like my dad used to tell me, his dad and his grandparents, like they used to eat healthy. Everything was fresh. People were moving out, like going outside, doing stuff. Even the women move around, like they clean. In America, it's just everybody's getting lazy and everything. Like, you know, like laziness. There's a lot of laziness going on. That's why there's not a lot of movement. Like in the house, they're lazy.
Right.
They go outside. You know.
Yeah,
That's
people move around enough here in America, and then we eat nothing but fat. We eat a lot of fatty foods. You know what I mean? People don't want to cook anymore.
Well, we have drive foods.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This is the
DoorDash.
Yeah, I say it all the time. This is the most convenient country on the planet. It is so convenient. There's gas stations on every corner. There's food everywhere. Everywhere. There's nothing but food, man. And look at you.
Yeah. It's just me.
Look at it.
I mean, he can box, JSP. Look at that.
Going
And you're a 60-year-old man.
Yeah, 60. I think I was going on 61 right there. I'm 61. I learned how to be faster. And people say, well, how could you be faster though? Well, my stamina is not the same as when I was young, but I learned how to be faster. And the reason why I learned how to be faster is I understand the shortest distance between two distance is what? A straight line, right?
Yep.
So if you hold your guards up like this when you're younger, you see what I'm saying? When you get
Yeah.
a little older, you push your guards out halfway. Now you're going half the distance with the same speed. Now you're faster. See? Now people say, well, how you gonna protect yourself? Well, I'm not in the ring boxing no more. The average person I'm gonna be fighting is gonna be somebody in the street. I'm trying to protect myself again, and then the fight is not gonna last no more than 9 seconds anyway. So, so you understand when you fighting in a competitive, when you fighting, there's rules and regulation.
Yeah.
When you fighting out in the street to protect yourself, I'm not hitting a man with my knuckle. I'm hitting a man with my palm. The hardest punch you can throw. Believe it or not, that's what really knocked Wilder out.
Yeah,
People don't want to say it
yeah.
did, but that's really what knocked him out.
I saw that too.
When the man was swinging in and he was hitting him with that part, which is illegal in boxing. But he had his glove down where he could hit the man with the hardest punch you can ever hit somebody, and that's that part of your hand right there. I ain't breaking my, as you can see, right? If you put it in there closer, Mandrell, I had 6 operations from boxing. And the reason why I had, you see, across here and here, I have all movements of my finger, but I hit so hard that I would shatter my fingers. I was able to cut people with protection on. That's how hard I hit. So most boxers' fists is about like this. One fist is like that. So they can put all that power by, but when you got hands like mine, they're not small hands, but they skinny hands. You know, long fingers.
JCP, what was your record in boxing?
Well, I had 129 fights and I lost 17 amateur. I never turned pro due to the fact that the operation, the doctor told me if I keep fighting, I can lose mobility in my hands. And when I was on the second team of the national team, the first team got killed in 82, 84, and I could have got up to, but it wasn't the Olympics because that's when Russia invaded Afghanistan, and we boycotted the Olympics,
79?
so we didn't go to, it was 82 or 84, it was one of them. And so, but I think things happen for a reason. You know, in life, some things just happen for a reason. I've been much more of a servant of people than I probably would ever be as a good boxer.
Okay. I appreciate that.
All right, no problem.
Assalamu alaikum to my brother.
Assalamu alaikum. Alaikum assalam.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. All right. Yeah, JCP is a Muslim too. So I was talking to him a couple of years ago. Yeah, a couple of days ago, I called him up and started talking to him about it. I'm gonna get him to teach me Islam. So there's that.
Oh, yeah, that's good. There you go.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I was
good.
telling him about the difference between some people, and I was like, yeah, but some people say this about. This is how I knew the whole thing what America was saying about Muslims was bullshit. I've never met a Muslim, a real Muslim in my life, who did not say Islam was all about peace. They all say it's about peace, right? And then people are like, well, what do you explain the suicide bomb? I said, that's a cultural thing. That has nothing to do with Islam. Nothing to do with it. It has nothing to do with Islam. You
Yeah,
know
but
what I mean?
Mandrell, the thing is, you left America. You got to see. If
Yeah,
you
and I
stayed in
got-
America, probably.
And I met a bunch of
Yeah,
real
you probably-
cool people over there, man. It's Iraq, Afghanistan. I met a bunch of really good people, and
Right.
they are so dedicated. And I'm like, I said, they're like, what's the big difference? I said, well, the big difference is because they keep their morals no matter where they go. Their the morality and their principles, they take it with them. They don't change it. Under no circumstances do they change their morals.
Because
They are
it's
moral
not a
people.
religion, it's
Right,
a way of life.
Right. It's just like they keep their morals.
We don't do it on Sundays,
Under
we
all
do it every
circumstances.
day.
Yeah.
And see, that's the difference. Some people have their Sunday Christians with Saturday dance clothes on, going to church.
Right.
So I'm just being serious. The skirts are getting shorter and shorter in the Christian church.
You're right.
And the preachers are enjoying it. He's staying on the pulpit a lot longer.
Of course he is. And we have Ruby from I'll Be That
And
Dude.
then you got real preachers who are out there dedicated in Christianity, who is doing the work, who's working side by side with me. It's a way of life. Real Christian is a way of life for them too. We're not talking about these weekend Christians. We're talking about real Christians as a way of life. So,
Yeah. It is what it
live
is,
Yeah, they live what they live, and that's gonna be a deep subject when you have that show, my brother. Because
I told JCB I'm going to do a show about that.
right,
I want to do a special show. I know the show right now is about fitness and nutrition and health and stuff like that, but I want to do a real show about that, And I'm just like, because, and I called J Speed up, asked him, "You want to be a part of that?" He said, "Yeah, I'll do it." I said, "Okay, no problem." I'll make sure to put the thumbnail up early enough so people will know it's coming, and the whole nine. But yeah, it's a real good subject to talk about because I think people just don't know about Islam, and that's why they have this negative view on it for whatever reason.
Well, we can thank Fox News for that.
Yeah, that's true. That's
right.
That's true.
We can just think in anything. We can think the greatest trick the devil ever did is make you think he didn't exist. That's what we can really think. Because as a prophet bestowed upon him, Muhammad, all praise to Allah to lead him, peace to him. When he came back, he welcomed in Christians and every religion it was, that we all can be here together. But that's what his choice of his revelation to bring the new book. But he did not crucify Christians at all or any other religion. All right, she's back.
Yeah, she's back. Yeah. Ruby,
love your hair.
How you doing?
Hi, thank you. Hi.
Hello.
I know.
Thank you for joining us.
Well, thank you for having me. And first, I want to say hi to OGJC. It's been a long time. And yes, I have locks now. I don't know if you remember before. I had loose, and now it's locked up. It's almost been 2 years. So, yeah.
Oh, yeah. Anyway. Looking good, too. Healthy.
Thank you. So, see, I moved in time. I'm so happy I made it in time. Okay. So, my questions were basically, in a nutshell, I would like, I don't know, it's like fertility. Okay, I'll explain this. I have a lot of health issues, and I do take medications, and I've cut down on a lot of the medications. I worked really hard for years. I've cut out as many of them as I can. But I still do have to take some pain pills, or I wouldn't really be able to walk. But I have an issue with fertility. But the thing is that, like, when I go to the doctors and stuff, they say there's nothing wrong with my fertility. They've tested me. Like, I have my hormones are fine. Everything's fine. Everything's fine with my husband. We're all fine. But we're not conceiving. So I was wondering, what could I be taking to help? Now, I take, like, really, really expensive vitamins, the prenatal ones. I also take raspberry leaf. I take nettle. I take dandelion root. So I'm not really sure, like, maybe if there's something I could add that would help, or something that, the mister could add that would help us maybe conceive.
Okay. Good question. And I'm glad you say everybody was checked. Not only you, but he was checked too. So everything is functioning with him. Now I'm going to ask you a question. Is your cycle normal every 21 days, or do it jump around?
No, so it is, okay, I'm very consistent, but it also will attach to anyone I'm around. So, for example, I'm every 28 days, but if I see a woman sometime this month and hers is on a completely different day, mine will suddenly be on that day. And it will follow her schedule until I stop seeing her, and then it'll go back to my schedule. So, like, it's like I'm regular, but I'm also, like, weak and, like, really easily able to be influenced by other people. I don't know what that means.
Do you know why I asked you 21 days versus 28 days?
Why?
Because when you have 21 days and you add 7 to them, what you get?
28.
Thank you.
Right.
There's
Okay.
7 days in the midst of all that, you'll start feeling certain ways when you get to your 28 days for that cycle. Usually there's a little more weight. You get a little bloated.
Mm-hmm.
And see, I'm kind of like throwing my Mandrill
Are you
off.
asking me?
No.
Okay.
No. I'm throwing Mandrill off a little bit because he's kind of puzzled how I know so much about this. But I work with more. Oh, you're not. I work with more women than I do men. And so with me having 11 sisters, it's very easy for me to talk to a woman about this issue. Yes, there will be things that I can tell you, Ruby, and you get Mandrill, and I can get you a formula that you can put together for yourself and him. And I guarantee you, if everything function, I hope y'all got some rabbit cages. This thing will start flowing. And believe it or not, there's a lot of women having this same problem, and it does. A lot of this come from where we at.
Mm-hmm.
Where we at as human beings on this planet. 99% of all the stuff that you see in the grocery store as far as having processed food is in plastic.
Mm-hmm.
When I was coming up, over 75 to 80% of all the stuff was put in glass.
Mm-hmm.
You paying 6 times as much for plastic as we used to pay for the same thing in glass.
Mm-hmm.
You understand what I'm saying?
That's
Most
true.
of the stuff we ever got in plastic was just bread. Your mayonnaise, your ketchup, all this stuff came in glass. And I don't care how safe they say it is, it's not. And it has the reversal on men and women. It turns men more feminine and turns women more masculine. And so think of how that's going to upset the natural order of things.
Mm-hmm.
Because now your hormones are fighting against each other.
But like when I had my hormones tested and they're like normal and young, like they're not like, it's not even like I'm like my hormones are like, equal to my age because I should be older looking or geriatric looking, but I'm not, right? Like my hormones are normal.
You're a younger looking woman, and you probably
I'm not young though.
No,
I'm
no.
not.
I say younger looking woman for your age, and what
Yes.
you got to understand is a lot of these tests and a lot of these statistics are based on a standard outside of you.
That's true.
So what they might consider normal is due to the fact that they're basing this on a person who's not you. You understand what I'm saying? And it may be normal for them, even if they can get up to that level. But for you might need a lot more. You understand what I'm saying? And so this is what we got to be. This is why I say the two practices must come together. You got a holistic side of things, and you got orthodox side of things, orthodox medicine. But you got to understand the father of medicine supposed to come from what? Germany. And he said he got all his teaching from Imhotep and some of the gods of Egypt. And so it's just a copied thing. And so they took it into another direction. And so we got to understand that a lot of things that we measure ourselves with, it's not the same. And I'm not one of these brothers to say, hey, our women has to be bigger than other. No, what I'm saying is our women body is built differently. When I went to Africa, I seen our women bodies built differently. So they gonna have just a little more. They're still small, but we're shapely.
Mhm.
You know what I mean? When you ain't somewhere trying to do no damn Pilates, trying to get some backbone, you was born with it. You see what I'm
Well,
saying? So,
I do Pilates, though, to be fair. in your
but
sense.
I'm saying it ain't because you trying to get some. You probably try to keep them firm, but you ain't trying to get some. They actually out there
No,
trying to get some.
not
But
me.
what
I
I'm,
was born with black booty. I didn't. Okay, so
no,
that
no.
maybe.
Listen. What I'm saying is, I understand that. I didn't want to make it personal towards you, but I'm saying in the overall scheme of things, black boys have a certain cut when they get to be 9 and 10 years old that white boys wish they had.
Mhm.
And the majority of black women go have curves where most people have to go and try to make them.
No, I hear
I,
you, but I'm saying I'm built like a white woman, and
oh, well,
specifically a top-heavy
see,
white
that's
woman.
what
That's how I'm built.
you didn't listen to me. I was trying to take you out of person. I know there are women out there who are built that way. But what I'm trying to say, your standard is going to be different from the white woman's standard. The white woman's
Even
standard
though
is
I'm
going to
built
be
like the white women, like
just because you built like woman, that don't mean that. Look at you. You built like one, but look at your hair.
okay, yeah, I have 4
Look at
hair,
your
though,
skin.
so it's like
And look at your
100%.
skin.
Yeah.
So
I'm
what you?
light-skinned.
Yeah, wait. You say light skin. You didn't say white skinned.
No.
Okay, then. So now you're starting to deal with the absolute. There's still gonna be different standards in you, but I guarantee you, if you take that white woman that you put the same age, I bet she got crow's foot and everything else on the side, and you
Oh
have
yeah.
none of that. Now,
No, I don't look my age at all.
thank you. And this is what all I was trying to say is, if your age becomes the beauty standard for your age and you put against other nationality, you gonna see some different in all of them. That's all I was trying to say.
No,
So
that's true.
let's don't get so hard up on standard. Get with Mandrell, and he will get with you, and I get you and your husband a formula that y'all can try to implement, and y'all died. And I guarantee you, if there's nothing wrong, then y'all start, painting the baby room. That's all I can tell you. Start painting the
Let
baby
me
room.
ask you a question. Is it
Yes,
true?
ma'am.
Because I've heard people say, right? I mean, obviously, I heard a lot about since the pandemic happened. Because unfortunately, I only got to the place where there was like, I had to detox off of a lot of medication. I was on a lot of medication because I have a lot of things wrong with me. So it took a long time to detox. And by the time we were finally ready to start trying, we started, and then right away the pandemic happened. And then I hear that some people say that if you catch COVID, it basically renders you like you won't be able to have kids. And then some people say, well, if you get vaccinated, that helps that. And then some people say if you get vaccinated, then it will make you infertile for real, forever. And so, do you have an opinion on that? Like,
So
I'm currently not vaccinated.
no, I was sending you to a video, and since you asked that deep question there, we'll tag on a video with this right here, and we'll let the doctor tell you about exactly what that was all about. Let me tell you, did you take the jab?
No.
Okay, so all the medication that you was on, did you read the side effects?
Yeah.
Did you read the doctor, not the one that comes in the package, but the one that the doctor get? Did
Yeah.
you request the one that the doctor get, not the one that
Oh.
they give you? The doctor
No, not
get
like
one totally
yeah.
different. Well,
No,
then,
I actually did my own research on it.
Okay,
Like, I didn't just
so-
take things. Yeah.
a lot of the things that you may have taken, and I don't want to take up too much time because there's only certain things I'm going to say on the internet, especially dealing with a person versus an overall thing. I would love to talk to you. Won't cost you nothing. Won't any just be information that I need to understand all the medication that you took, and I probably can tell you where the problem lies at.
You know what I
Because-
found out? I found out this, and like no one told me. So Nizoral is something like it's a shampoo for like dandruff, but also seborrheic dermatitis. And I have seborrheic dermatitis, so I was using it for years. Through my own research, because I'm frustrated. I'm like, I'm trying. Why is nothing happening? I do my own research. Again, come to find out that Nizoral, it doesn't hurt you if you're pregnant. It's safe for pregnancy, whatever. But what it does is it stops women from ovulating and it stops men from producing sperm. So in essence, even though it doesn't make you technically infertile, it still stops you from doing the things to actually conceive. So I had no idea. And for years, and the doctors knew I was trying to conceive when they had prescribed this to me. And they knew. So it was like, they don't tell you everything, obviously. And I'm in Canada, where I'm not even like 13% of the population. We're
Right.
3% of the population.
Right.
So really nobody cares. There's a whole specialist. I went to this, like, there's a gynae downtown, and she said her whole practice is just seeing the 3% of us and how much we are totally misdiagnosed. We're not treated properly, whatever, because our bodies are different. But in this case, I'm like, this is something that affects everybody. And they didn't care. And they were prescribing this to me for years, knowing I was trying to conceive. And Nigerol stops people from being able to conceive. Like,
Right, and then that's what I wanted to ask you. That have you ever do they have a test to tell you the volume of, are you actually ovulating between the times you should be? Because I know they have certain ways they can tell now and then. People usually like, let's go, honey, let's go. You know. So have you been tested in that way, where you actually know that you are?
Well, see, they can't prove if you actually release an egg or not. That's the one thing they still haven't been able to do. But they know I produce the eggs. So every month I'm producing the eggs. I make the follicles. And if you produce the eggs and you have the right amount of hormones, you should therefore at the right time.
How many days your cycle is?
28.
No, your cycle. Once you come on your cycle, how many days? I mean,
7.
7. You do the full 7. Okay, so that's a good indication. Because if you were saying like I go on 2 and sometimes I go on 3, but usually women who have the full 7-day cycle, they usually don't have problems. So we need to talk offline, and I'm pretty sure I can help you. And then you can always come back and tag it onto the video. I know some people have spent, and I'm not going to mention the name, have spent $50,000 and $60,000 to have a child. But go back into the first part of this video, and let's start with the cleanser.
Okay.
That's where we got to start at. We got to start fresh over. And so all them toxins and stuff that you was putting in your body, this is going to relieve you of that.
Okay.
And then they have another one that you can use. It's called Freedom. Mandrell, could you look up Freedom? Because I think it's pretty much the same price. It comes from Dr. Goss. Just look at Freedom New Body, the same company. It's a natural antibiotic. That's mean when you go through and you cleanse yourself, then you will go in and start repairing things.
Okay.
So what is the charge of the Freedom from New Body?
Pulling up now.
And that's the 2 I would recommend you to get. CKLS as the cleanser, and then I will tell you how to do the 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And then after that, the 2 days, you would do the Freedom like every 3 hours. And then what that do goes in and start to repair things that was damaged.
Okay.
Because it seemed like everything is function. It's just shooting blanks at this time.
Right. Exactly.
Right.
I don't see Freedom by itself, but it comes in a package with Freedom, CKLS, and Worms Be Gone.
Okay. So if you get that 3 packets, that is a real good 3 packets, because it has everything to repair, fix, and get rid of things. Well, pumpkin seeds, you can get rid of parasites. Raw pumpkin seeds go get rid of parasites straight out. You eat them for like a half a day, and all your parasites is pretty much gone. They can't live under that condition.
We eat pumpkin seeds every day. Yeah.
Right, the raw ones?
Yeah.
Now, you're not talking about, because in America, they call sunflower seed pumpkin seed.
No. Pumpkin seeds, the green ones.
You actually talking the green ones. Yeah, okay.
The green ones.
Yeah, they get rid of the parasite. Yeah, okay. Yeah. So, we're going to put a lot of stuff in the bottom of this description, and just give us like a couple hours A lot of things, everything really I talked about, we're gonna put in the description.
Yeah.
Because a lot of women, you are mentioning something that a lot of women are going through, but there is something else major that black women go through, and that's fibroid tumors.
Yep. Yep.
And the only other woman on this planet go through fibroid tumors other than black women is Jewish women. And Dick Gregory discovered this. You know why most black women and Jewish women have fibroid tumors? Because they are the two entities on this planet who chooses to straighten their hair with chemicals. And he's seen the connection between the two. He was trying to figure out what is these two, the common denominator, what these two women do versus all the other women. And he found out it was relaxers that they was putting in their hair. Now that's not the only contributor to fibroid, because we understand milk and all this other stuff can do the same thing. I mean, but we got to understand there was a woman in Texas who had a child who went to the emergency room because the child lip has got discoloration. And they come to find out, they thought the child, the CPS had came in to take the child out of the house because they thought she had let the child get to some bleach or something and drink it. And they come to find out the woman was bleaching her hair and it still was breastfeeding, and it was contributing to the baby's lip changing color. So we have to be very careful what we put on the top of our head, because it goes straight into our bloodstream. So just think about some of the things I'm saying and go back to the basics. And the basic is you want to start off with a clean vessel. And the only way you're going to start off with a clean vessel is you got to clean it up. And once you clean it up, you got to repair the damage. And once you repair the damage, you're ready to go.
See, I think part of my concern is that because I'm not taking no medication, and like I literally, I mean, it would be a choice of, and my thought process about this is that once I get pregnant, I will detox off of everything. I don't need to walk for 9 months. It'll be fine, right? Like I don't care at that point.
Right.
But I have to be able to get to the point where I conceive, and that involves, activity. So you have to be able to move and contort in certain ways my back wouldn't really be able to tolerate without the medication. So it's like I have to take the medication, which means no matter what else I'm doing, I feel like I'm not clean. But I consulted with this clinic for like a long time, trying to get myself to a place where I'm off of the worst medications. And I'm off of the worst medications. It means I'm in a lot more pain most of the time and a lot less functional most of the time, but I'm willing to fight through that. But I feel like because I still take the medication, like I'm not clean enough. But I know that these types of medications don't stop people from getting pregnant. They don't, because you know what? People are running around on opioids and heroin and stuff all the time getting pregnant. So
well, you had wait a minute. You're right, but let's bump a brace on that a little bit. You had people who was homeless was the lowest count of people who got the macaroni and cheese, but let's don't take that too far, because their immune system was built so much because they's down there eating with rats and all kinds of other viruses and stuff. Their immune system built up a resistance. So let's don't take that too far. So what is someone else's garbage is somebody else's high gold, Mandrell?
One man's trash is another man's treasure.
It's treasure.
How did you know that's what he was going to say? I could not figure out where he was going with that. That was good.
Right. So that's what we cannot get disentangled into, and we start judging by other people. This is where we make the biggest mistakes in the world, because your body is designed for your journey. That body is designed for that journey. You got people who was on crack was just popping out babies like a bubblegum machine popping out bubblegum after you put 5 cents in it. But you can't go by that, because your body might be in a state of emergency and need one thing to produce what you want to produce. But there's a history of things that you have put in your body, and there was a history before you put them things in your body, because that's why you was putting them in your body, because of the history before. So first thing we have to do is clean the vessel and find out what is lacking. And people, there's a book called Holistic Way of Living by Dr. Africa. Get that book. It will give you everything you need about living in a holistic way. Food, the essence of colors, the essence of rubies, diamonds, how to do biology, where you can look at people's eyes and tell with sick hand, feet, everything. When you finish that book, you ain't got to ask OG anything. It's right there at your palm.
So then I have a question. Sorry. But, okay, because obviously I'm asking about me, but, you know, it takes two people. So my question, now, my husband's totally different, though. He doesn't even like taking a Tylenol for a headache. He doesn't drink. He doesn't smoke. He never has. Like, whereas in me, like, I was an alcoholic, you know, and then I did smoke for many years. I only quit maybe like almost 8 years ago, I guess. You know,
Yes,
like,
ma'am.
I was the dirty one. He never did anything wrong. But I'm like, are there still things that I guess, I mean, besides eating crap, he really likes to, whereas I've always eaten healthy and been into, like, you know, more healthy, holistic type
Well,
foods.
let me ask you a question then. Let me ask you a question. Was this count in the mid or high or low? I mean, just standard.
No, it was like a normal. So it wasn't like high, it was normal. It wasn't
And,
like,
and is he in his 40s, 50s,
he just hit
30s?
40. Yeah.
Just hit 40. At 40, he should be at a high, not mid.
They said that average is
Again, what
Yeah.
is these thermostats they are measuring you against? And this is the sticky part. All right. I'm pretty sure you at this point you have invested in a lot of stuff. So what I'm gonna tell you to do is take $19.95 and get the book Dr. Africa. I get nothing from it. I just know he's a good holistic way of living. He's one of the first doctors I was introduced to as far as print. And they sell them on Amazon. It's Dr. Africa Holistic Living. And they
Okay.
sell them for $19. I remember I paid $60 for the book in 2006. Yeah, I think it was 2006. Yeah. So the book is there for $19.95. Matter of fact, I was just talking to another friend, and I told her to get the book. A lot of these questions and a lot of the breakdown of what you ask me now, he's going to give you so much more detail in what may be the problem. And it helped me out a lot because I was telling that story about fibroids. And I had a friend who had some as size of grapefruit. And she was going to get them cut away. And I had just learned this unique trick. And I told her to do that. And she did that. And they started shrinking. And it took about 3 months, but they totally went away. And so,
interesting. Okay.
and it was just so simple. And
I don't
she
have
said,
any fibroids for the record.
I didn't say you. No, I'm just telling you. These are things that most guys don't know.
No,
Women
yeah.
suffer from
Oh, yeah.
because
Yeah.
and trying to explain it to a man, it may change his sexual appetite. So women sometimes don't even try to explain it. They just like, well, get it.
Okay.
You know, if he don't know about it now, I'm not gonna explain this stuff to him. And so this is one of the things I think. When you really start getting into health and understanding your body as a male and a female, these are one of the things that it helps the relationship because you know what the other is going through. And when your girl's starting to get a little punchy stomach and you looking at her like, oh, you know, you getting, last week wasn't that big. And he don't know you on your menstruation, you might get a little bloated. And now he thinking about you don't gain a little weight and not knowing that weight is going to leave after them 7 days. And so, this is what I'm saying is, guys, they know everything when it comes to Kama Sutra, and they know everything that comes to every kind of damn thing, and they can put you in stand and everything is done on Pornhub. But when it comes down to actually knowing a female body, I think it's very important for the female to know the male body and the male to know the female body, because
True.
a lot of times we get misled or not understanding what a person going through. And when your girl come and telling you, I got cramps and she don't have no menstruation, you be saying, she just don't want to do that. Well, some women have pre-cramps before they come on their menstruation, guys, and it don't feel good. If you think it feel good, take your arm, put it up, and put your finger and punch your arm like that. That's how it feels to her. It don't feel good. And so, these are some of the things when people call me and I talk to them personally, I help the couples to understand each other's body. And this is one of the things is a misnomer, because when we went to school, when I was coming up, we at least learned the anatomy, and we at least learned certain things about women, but a lot of women themselves don't know about their body because they don't go to gynecologists anymore. They have this other bullshit that they don't change the title. And I'm going to just be honest with you. There are a lot of women out there do not even know how to clean their body properly, much less know things about their body. And so these are the conversations that we should be having, because if you don't have a healthy vessel, you're not going to have a healthy relationship.
That's true.
And so not knowing what you need to know about your lady, and your lady not knowing what she need to know about your body, can get everything out of balance, because there's no understanding in that house. So I will leave that stuff down, and I hope you much success once you clean the vessel. And you know, the baby guard is going to help you, but first you got to learn how to help yourself. And
I still need four of them. 4 babies. Let's all pray for the 4.
Oh, you want 4?
Baby gods. 4. Yes.
Do you want 4 at one time?
I would be okay with that as long as there's 4 in total.
Okay, you want a litter. Okay.
That's short of my own basketball stuff. Yeah.
Well, okay.
Yeah.
All right. And don't believe you have to do a lot of, last thing to you, don't believe you have to do all these crazy other stuff. There's nothing to get a woman more pregnant than the submission than any other position. And I know most doctors won't tell you that, and then they're telling you bullshit. Because if you look at the alignment, you will see the best of, as I say with food, the one who knows the most about the anatomy is the one who created it. And so there's a lot of bullshit out there. All right. So hope you have success. So get in touch. All right. It's nice seeing you too.
Yes, it was really nice seeing you. Thank you.
All right.
All right.
Thanks for having me again, Pedro.
No problem. All right, Hassan, got anything else?
No, this is great stuff. Hopefully, and Mandrell, congratulations on the new show. Hopefully it grows. Because I subscribed to your old channel. There was like barely any videos over.
Yeah, there's nothing there,
Yeah, congratulations, OG. Hopefully you spread more information. And I'd like to give a shout out to in the chat. I see a lot of people from Freezy, World Class, Jez J, and Travel One. How you guys doing? And keep up the great work, Mandrell. That's it.
Thanks.
Yes, sir.
Thanks for coming. Stay
Peace to you, my brother. Hope to see you again.
All right.
Mandrell. See,
we're gonna drop links to a lot of this stuff, like the Freedom,
right?
PLS. We're gonna put that in the description after the show. So come back in about 2 hours or so. Yeah, I have all that lined up in the description. I'm getting with OGJ Speed, and we're gonna
we gonna go through the whole thing of everything we did, and we go work with it together to make sure not only did y'all hear what I was saying, but you have the pathway to get there, to get more study for yourself and understand. Your milk thirst is great. Milk is good for the hair. I got needle and 2 more other things to go that formula I was talking about. Women can grow 17 inches in a month. So, Mandrell, do you see the importance of just from that little conversation we have? There are a lot of people out there who don't know the difference between the anatomies.
Yeah.
and don't understand that the things that happen throughout a month with the anatomy. And so when we start to really understand that, a lot of things we think we're having fights over don't become fights anymore. Because when a woman's hormones is changing, yeah, everything's changing. Her mental power, everything is changing. That's why when you see a woman getting pregnant for 9 months, it's like her having a menstruation every day. When you're going through them 7 days, she gets an inkling of what she would feel if she's pregnant. And so she might be a little indifferent. And when guys knew this, if they guys knew this, then they would understand it a lot better. I mean, some guys make jokes out of what you're on your period, you know, but they don't understand exactly what that means. A hormone imbalance is it's good, world class. I mix it with neither. And what it does is help the fingernails and the hair. And so anything that's for us that, you know, people don't understand hair and fingernails is the same material. If you take your fingernail and take it and burn it, and you take a hair string and burn it, they both smell the same. And so I like it because it's part of one of my formulas to make women grow hair. There's other properties it has too, but it really does skin, hair. I mean, mixed with the right compound, it can really change your outlook on your hair, your skin, everything. And like women with weak nails, you know, you get that with a little wild yam, and you have them little soft fingernails where they break off all the time. It thickens up your nail itself. So Dr. Sebi and Dr. Goff and Dick Gregory all agree pretty much on that. Mandrill, you know, when I left here, and I don't know if my people got their lunch or the pizza came in or whatever, so we go out to kind of like shut this down because I don't know what's been going on. We've been going on ever since 12, and it's 3 o'clock now, and this show only supposed to be 45 minutes. So,
well, your monologue was 45 minutes by itself.
Well, I know, man, I'm not complaining, but you know, at some point in time, I gotta go make sure.
Not a problem, man.
Yeah. So,
all right.
People, thank you for coming through. I hope you spread this video. It's a little deeper than you might think it is, and I just want to help. And I ain't gonna be doing this too long. I'm telling you this right now. I'm looking out for OJJ Speed in the coming weeks and months. I need to have my personal time, and I need to be out there, you know, putting my laser or my scope on my future wife, and I ain't got time to mess around with y'all hard ass head over here. You know, your clock winding up, mine's winding down, but I'm still trying to get it in. But you know, I know I got a limited amount of time. I probably don't have no more than about another 50 years, because I'm going to at least live to 125. So, anyway, y'all let me do my thing, and we'll be seeing each other, but not as often you have been seeing me.
Okay. All right. Appreciate it. Thank you for coming, man. Thank you for this interview. Thank you for the show. This is fantastic. It really was. And I knew it would be.
Yes, sir.
I knew it would be. But all right, people. That's our show this week. I won't be in town next week, but I will be here the week after. Okay? So not next week. I won't be doing the show because I'll be out of town. But the week after that, got another great guest coming. Hopefully he can make it. If he can make it, we're going to be talking about his vegan diet. Okay? And the benefits that he found from that, and how ridiculous it is, in my opinion, that you would restrict yourself from so much. And it doesn't take all that to be healthy. But we'll have that conversation week after next. All right, everybody. Thanks for coming. See y'all later.
Your kung fu is pretty good. the